And the fine folks at Champy's Chicken in Alabaster. They bring you the final hour of the show every day. Fantastic fried chicken that is brined overnight and cooked to order with all the great homemade sides and desserts. Champy's right there on Highway 119 in Alabaster. A great dine-in experience for food and drink, but also easy-to-go orders. Just order at champyschicken.com and pick them up in their easy drive-through window. Don't forget the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster for all your tailgate needs this season. Tomorrow night, debut on Netflix, Any Given Saturday. The SEC football like you've never seen before is the promo. Behind the scenes. So I would imagine the first week of camp, behind the scenes. It's not one specific team, right? It's all 16 teams, from what I understand.
I thought 3 opted out.
Okay, so somebody opted out?
I think that's right. Let me double check on that.
Yeah, I just think this is a lot of the on-campus, the school, behind-the-scenes social media people and videographers and stuff that give us so much great all-access. I think they're in on this, but maybe I'm wrong about this. Are you guys in? Are you going to watch this?
It's real quick, 10 of the 16. LSU, Arkansas, Auburn, Florida, Kentucky, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Vandy. I just got to say off the top of my head.
No Bama?
No Bama. No Georgia. Shocker. Too many low-level teams in there.
Yeah,
to interest me.
No Bama?
No Bama.
Auburn in there?
Yeah, Auburn's in there. I mean, I'll give it a try. It's probably... You know, what I like about Hard Knocks is just the gritty honesty of it. Like, they're breaking down a player like this Lance Taylor guy. We got to cut him. He can't play for us. I don't think you're going to get that kind of stuff.
And the business of it. Now, It might be more interesting with NIL and how that's included on this. If it is.
I wonder if we get the personalities, because you end up falling in love at least with one player every Hard Knocks on HBO.
Yeah, you end up pulling for that guy, and then you watch him in the season.
That guy babysits, the neighbor's kids on off days.
Just to make ends meet.
Yeah. All right. Any given Saturday. Tomorrow night or tomorrow, streaming on Netflix. Oh, man, it's not a certain time. It comes on all day on your streaming service.
What time?
What time does it start, Tyler? All right, that's the show. We're back with you tomorrow. Until next time, God bless you. God bless America.
Do you need some more fresh college wear to represent your team this year? Shop Roback's Game Day collection that includes both Alabama and Auburn. From quarter zips to hoodies, Roback has it all. Get 20% off on us using code TNR20 at roback.com.
Looking to expand your business? Let the Next Round help you. Contact us, sales@nextroundlive.com, and be part of the team. Advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platforms. The Next Round can take your business to the next level. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, while reaching the most desirable audience for your business. Get more information by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level using the Next Round.
All right, Auburn fans, I want you to become a member of thebarnauburn.com and join in on the fun. Whether it's recruiting discussions, off-season chatter, or the latest Auburn athletics news, we've got it all. Get $25 off your annual subscription when you sign up for your account at thebarnauburn.com today. War Eagle.
Since you listened to my last message so well and got rid of those cargo shorts and stained t-shirts, it's time to replace them with Roback. Go to roback.com and click on the Refresh collection to find all that you need for an EG-approved wardrobe. It includes pieces that will have you ready to hit the golf course after a busy day of meetings, or comfy favorites for travel and working from home. Get 20% off using code TNR20. See, I'm saving you some money.
Take TNR on the go with a podcast built for your satisfaction. Miss Hour 1? Find it in podcast form. Miss Hour 2? Stream it now. Miss Hour 3? Download it for later. Miss Hour 4? Well, just know it's never coming back. Listen to TNR wherever you find podcasts.
If you're looking to expand business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us. Send an email to sales@nextroundlive.com to be a part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platform. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, and reach the most desirable audience for your business. Get information and more by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to take your business to the next level with the Next Round.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram @JimDunaway. Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, new show on our Tuesday. A lot to get to, including Clay Travis, who's back this week with us, coming up at 10:20, part of hour number 2 on the show today. We're 18 days away from college football. We'll revisit the coaches poll, do a little traditional overrated, underrated, but a couple of breakdowns of historically what it means for the national championship race. Some of you already in the chat room are jumping in and letting us know that you've already started watching Any Given Saturday, which I think started streaming, got dropped at Any Given Saturday on Netflix after midnight, as streaming things tend to do, Jim. I was listening to the end of the last show. I was totally wrong. I thought it was going to be like Hard Knocks, like it was going to be real-time camps, and almost this week's the episode of what happened last week and moving forward into the season. This is sort of taking you through last year. Some people, it's 7 episodes, I'm told, and people are jumping in to binge watch it this morning or while they're at work and have that little screen when the boss walks up, pop it up, look like you're not watching something, and then when they walk away, back to Any Given Saturday there.
That's not nearly as appealing, though.
Yeah, I sort of wanted the camp,
Yeah.
the real-time camp stuff.
Well, unfortunately, I think Hard Knocks kind of set the bar for what you expect in these things, right? Because didn't you, when Jim brought it up yesterday, isn't that what you thought it was going to be?
That's what I thought it was going to be, and I think that's kind of the fun is like building up into the season, and everybody's got the optimism of, hey, man, my team's going to be really good, and I like this, I don't like this. But just looking back on what happened last year, I mean, it's kind of fun. It's better than work.
Yeah.
If you're talking about pulling it up on the old laptop, but
well, I stopped,
It's nothing like good production at
yeah,
work.
right.
like I stopped after I think the first scene is the build up into LSU, USC, and then the outcome of that game. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but see, that's just it.
Stick
right?
around to the end.
Yeah, we know
Yeah.
that LSU
That's
lost,
right. That's right. Yeah, I
And
know
so-
they lost in heartbreaking fashion.
Yeah.
So I'm apt to kind of fast forward through and see what the reaction is like.
Yeah, and so you're in the locker room, and then you get the post game, the banging of the table, and that's where I stopped this morning. I was just shuttling through it to catch a little bit of it. So I'll go back and watch it. I'd love to know what you guys think. If you've watched any of it, if not, let us know tomorrow in the chat room. We always love to get your feedback over in the chat.
What I really want is what coaches would never allow, and I don't know how much of this you've gotten on Hard Knocks, if any, is I really what would sell, and you can almost do this pay-per-view, at least I would pay for it, is if you had the open channels of the coaches' headsets.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't you love that?
Yeah.
Like if I could go back after the game, I mean, it's not even during the game, but after the game, let's say Alabama has played Tennessee, and for $9.95, I can watch, a supercut hour of just the conversations back and forth in the headsets.
With War Eagle Plus and Yay Alabama back in business now, and the ability to still pay players, there are things that you can do like that. The only problem with the headset brands would be, am I giving signals away that are out there?
That's why I said coaches would never let you do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
hell, Connor Stallions would pay a lot more than $9.95 to get all those signs.
And I don't know, there's nothing simple about this, but if you could like change everything game to game again, impossible. But the money you can make for your NIL by after the game is concluded, then you allow. There's like a game cast where you get the audio from the coaches.
That'd be phenomenal.
I mean, what do you think true fans would pay for that?
Yeah.
It would be red zone like for me.
But
you got to be able to take out. You got to be able to beep out or blank out the code words, the calls.
That'd be fine with me.
Yeah,
I don't
me
give a
too.
rip what they call the play.
Yeah.
I want to hear all the stuff around the play call.
Yeah. Rhino 7. I don't care.
I don't
Yeah.
give a rip about that.
Yeah,
I
it
want to
can be
hear.
beep, beep,
I want to hear what is that blankety blink doing,
Well,
Nick?
I've told it 18 times on this show. The one time that I was able to hear the coach com was Jim McElwain and Nick Saban, and I think it was 2009.
I think it was LSU of 2009 to be very specific. If you want me to.
And
It was the John Parker Wilson game?
No, this was McElroy. This is when Alabama
yeah.
was kind of LSU was hanging around. Julio Jones eventually broke off a long run.
But early in that game, Saban said to McElwain, hell, I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember word for word, but hell, if we're not going to throw it deep with this defense that we've got, this is where we need to take a chance.
When are we ever going to throw it deep?
When are we ever going to throw it deep?
Yeah.
And so they have those kind of conversations on the headset. That's gold, right?
Well, I'm an aggressive play caller. I'd love to hear that one.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're
Well, I
playing
will
Madden.
keep chalking it until you cuss me the other way.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, we're
But
going deep.
But
4 verts.
100% in the meetings leading up.
Yeah.
You probably had Nick Saban telling McElwain, hey, we have the best defense in the world.
No
Let's
reason
don't-
to take a chance.
Let's don't let that offense beat us. Now, you
Yeah.
get into the game, and the boss man's like, if we're not going to throw it deep here with this defense.
Yeah.
Just the way it works, right? If you got somebody over you, got to take a little heat sometimes.
right,
And
that's
McElwain's like, all right, if you want to
Here
do
we go.
that, yeah.
I mean, when you're watching a game and you see a coach talking to the headsets, I'm just always fascinated at what they're saying. I mean,
yes.
it is. I've heard stories, but I've never heard it myself. Now, we've got a mutual friend that one Saturday in Tuscaloosa was somehow part of the crew that runs it down there. This is years ago. And
I got a friend that still runs them.
yeah, well, this guy was a different guy. He was looped in. I think he worked for like AT&T, and they needed like AT&T. There was some sort of AT&T issue, so they had to be on site. And he stood there with a headset on all game, and he was like, buddy, I learned so much doing that. He's like, you wouldn't believe some of the stuff I heard.
Did they take his cell phone? I mean, seriously.
I don't know, but he was standing behind the Alabama bench wearing the headset. He had to do it for AT&T. And he was like, dude, it was incredible hearing Saban going back and forth.
Oh, the guy in
with
charge
Kirby.
The guy in charge of comms, he's back there. He keeps a headset on the entire time to make sure the communication hasn't dropped down.
No, I met that guy in a hot tub. Remember how weird does that
that's
sound?
right.
Yeah.
Would you like to add context to that?
Yeah. I mean, feel free to.
No, we were on family vacation years ago down in Florida, and we were just randomly in. It was spring break, so it's a little colder,
Right.
And so you are.
Lance pointing out it was cold.
It was cold, but there's a bunch of people sitting in a hot tub, and people are just talking. It was during the day, and we struck up a conversation from Birmingham back and forth, and he told me what he did for a living, and. He went into the whole thing and talked about how fascinating it was, and I forgot how many different. There's a certain amount of the headphones they can actually distribute, right?
Used to be. I think it's
now
unlimited
it's
now. I
unlimited.
think it
Now
was
they give
9.
it throughout the stadium.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anybody could wear one now, but I think at one point it was 9 or 10 that you could actually have on headset.
Whatever the number of assistant coaches.
Because
that you legally
sometimes,
had.
and this is always weird to me, because there must be a rule in the NFL, because have you ever noticed a lot of times the special teams coordinator is not wearing a headset in the NFL?
Yep.
He's just running up and down the sideline yelling at his kickers, but he doesn't have a headset on. Like, he's a one-man band. There's nothing that they can tell him from the booth. But I still would think you'd have a headset on. I don't know. It's just weird to me sometimes in the NFL when you see that.
But that's an unlimited rule now. Like if you're, we'll use Will Muschamp, and I don't know if he's still at Georgia or not at Georgia. I keep seeing different reports whether he's still helping midweek or not. But when Will Muschamp was just an assistant or whatever, an analyst in the last couple of years, there was a time he couldn't be on headset on game days, but now he can be. You can have all those backroom guys can be on headsets. All the Chip Kellys and the Will Muschamps and all the people who have done that job for a while.
Do you remember where the controversy started on that?
One of them was in Tuscaloosa, right?
Do you remember who it was, though, in Tuscaloosa specifically? You know him. You talked to him last week. It was Siskey.
Yeah, it was Siskey.
Siskey, you remember
Siskey was on the headset?
He was on the headset because he had been at Ole Miss.
Right.
And he was back at Tuscaloosa, and they do a booth shot, and he's got a headset on with binoculars.
Yeah, I remember that.
Of course he does. Looking at the Ole Miss sideline, and that became a huge. Not that he was trying to steal signs, because if you could steal signs, that's not on.
Yeah, that's on them.
That's on you.
Yeah, that's not illegal on game day.
No, you could steal signs on game day, and that's on you if your signs are able to be stolen.
No,
But
they couldn't send Siskey to Oxford to watch them play Central Arkansas in the opener, and then him steal the signs there and then go back and coach them
That's
up.
right. It had to be done in the game. And Siskey, they cut to the booth, and Siskey's up there wearing a headset. But the controversy was he had a headset on I think he was just a GA or an analyst then. And that was the controversy. It wasn't that he was trying to steal signs. They were like, they got all these guys on headset now, and that's legal now.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, Siskey's didn't have a microphone.
Why it wasn't down.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it didn't have one.
Jimmy Bammer with the fine-tooth gray area there. All right, jumping into a couple of things happening today. The show brought to you by our friends at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys, the guy who built Local into the massive operation that has saved now $2 billion in earnings.
Yeah, how about that $2 billion for the
And 24 years in, by the way, I had an opportunity. They had a big celebration.
That's right.
This last weekend, and Alexander was nice enough to invite us down for that. And just watching Alexander with all of all these different attorneys and his family, and he went into like a 5-minute thank you and kind of reminisced about the growth, and it really is an amazing story. And I guess the best way to get the bones of it is we did that one-on-one sit-down on the last call with Alexander Shannara.
Yeah, it's still on our YouTube channel right there.
And it's just amazing. Anybody that thinks this guy was born on third base, go check it out.
No, dude worked his way up.
Congratulations on 24 years.
Yeah, that's incredible. 150 lawyers, 500 dedicated team members, and Jim said the big number, $2 billion, maintaining the core values that he talks about in that interview with Lance: integrity, mastery, passion, and success. When you find yourself in need of a lawyer, Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys, you pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
A lot of Alabama and Auburn camp stuff later in the show, and other sound from around college football as we're 18 days away. We're getting near the end of the list season, but one of my favorite lists every year is Adam Rittenberg at ESPN when he does the tiers of expectations going into the season. He does it a little different this year. It's not like championship, to make the playoffs, make a bowl game, hot seat. It's some different tiers in his story that's out yesterday at ESPN.com. And I'm worried about, we need to do a health check on Adam. A couple of these are out of whack.
Oh, no.
No, I'm joking, but
I know.
I like bold predictions.
No, I think something's in the water in ESPN, by the way.
Oh, no.
Because you're worried about
the Bill Connolly, which I need to get Scott to pull that because I think you guys will die when you see his top 30 active coaches. And then I saw Heather Dinich this morning with Feinbaum, and she was like, Penn State is underrated in the coaches poll.
Underrated? They're third.
And then Alabama. Where is this Alabama love at 8 coming from?
It's underrated at third. It's hard to be underrated.
I mean, Penn State does, and we'll get to that in a second, but Penn State does have more returning starters than Ohio State does, but one of them's Ohio State, one of them's Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, they're also third.
And one's James Franklin and one's ranked 8.
Yeah. But in this tier system from Adam Rittenberg, 3 different tiers. One of them is return on investment tier, time to get the return on the investment, right? Not a whole lot of problems here. Miami's on that. It's time for
no doubt
for them to Mario Cristobal and them to deliver. LSU, Brian Kelly, time for return on investment. Absolutely, right? Oklahoma, Brent Venables. Oklahoma's done a lot of good things. Time to get a return on investment with okay, no problem with that right there. Texas Tech, they're spending a lot of money. You need to return on investment.
Yeah, I mean, you've had, 8 wins, 7 wins from Joey McGuire. Now is the time with a wide-open Big 12. You need to make some noise.
Yeah, that's less really about what you're paying your coach and more about what you're paying your team.
Yeah.
In that one.
So that's a perfect tier, okay? Seeking a college football playoff breakthrough tier. All right? Maybe asking a little too much, but he put Florida in there. Florida hadn't made the college football playoffs. I understand what he's saying here. Schedule's too tough for me to expect it, but I understand what he's saying. No problem with that. USC. I have them as a dark horse playoff contender. They could be that 4th team from the Big Ten, in my opinion. It's USC. They haven't been in the college football playoff. I understand
this is year 4 for Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, no problem. It's Lincoln Riley.
You could almost put Lincoln in the first category, too. I mean, he could have been in both those categories.
That's right. Now he gets to the championship or bust tier.
All right.
And this is where we swerve off the road a little bit on one of these, in my opinion.
Okay.
Championship or bust tier.
Can we do agree or disagree when you go through them, all right?
Okay, Penn State.
Agree.
Okay. Can't argue with that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I mean, look, in the semis last year, I think it's a little unrealistic, but
I agree, but it's championship or bust. I have no problem with their fans thinking that.
Yep. And that's it for that tier.
What?
Jim misread it. Okay.
Well, I agreed with it.
Yeah.
Because the rest of these,
Good job.
Because as I was shuttling through it, I was expecting more than one. The last tier is Coach must deliver soon tier. Makes a lot more sense to me now.
Ah, crap.
Because I missed the coach must deliver.
So Adam's okay.
Because I went from
wait.
It was championship or bust tier, And I was expecting more than one, so I shuttled past the little headline here that says, "Coach must deliver soon." Tier.
So he only puts Penn State in championship or bust.
Yeah.
I mean, I would put a lot of schools.
But, this is – so if these things mesh together, like Brian Kelly has got to be on this list.
He's championship or bust and deliver all those things.
Yeah, I know, but it is a high bar to say, man, they've got to win a national championship or bust. But the three coaches before him, Nick Saban, Les Miles, and Ed Orgeron, by year 4 – had all won national championships.
Yeah.
Just to show you what I was doing here, as I went down,
make Jim feel better.
As I went down, it was like, okay, championship or bust here. Others had 3 or 4.
You went the wrong way. Yeah.
No, look, so championship or bust, and I was expecting 3 or 4, so that flew by quickly. The coach must deliver soon. I was just looking at the other teams there. So I get to the next one was like Florida State, and I was like, what is Adam doing? Florida State's championship or bust?
Yes.
It's a coach that must deliver soon. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
I kind of I think it's an incomplete because Norvell did have the undefeated season. He had a 10-win season, but I'm kind of in the camp where he's not going to get it done. I don't know where you guys are on that.
I doubt him. Yeah. I think
Gus Malzahn, and
I don't think that's
a guy that he recruited, Thomas Castellanos, to UCF. I mean, his kind of quarterback. Castellanos liked his offense. That's an interesting first game.
But I bet somebody knows this, and I don't for a fact. But I would think that Gus is trying to get vested in the state of Florida. And that's why he took this OC job at Florida State, because I don't know how many years he had at UCF, but he's obviously already vested probably in Arkansas, in Alabama, and now he's looking for that retirement in Florida.
Gus going to try to triple dip.
Yeah, I don't think this is about Gus trying to win a championship.
Well, I think it was also Gus getting out one step ahead of the posse, too, at Central Florida. I think the time the clock was ticking.
You're making it sound like he's going to go to Buford High School next and make sure he's vested in Georgia.
I mean, you think about the streams. I mean, I guess Auburn's still paying him, right?
I would imagine that has probably cycled out by now.
I don't know if they're still paying him, but he's still spending that money that they paid him.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And that's what got me to this when I skipped over that little small headline there. Coaches that must deliver now. Auburn was next, and I thought he had put Auburn in championship or bust.
That would be a lot
and
to
I was
ask,
like, what are we doing here? Auburn's on the coach must deliver. Wisconsin was, and Alabama is on that list as well. And I had no problem with Alabama being on championship or bust. That's what you expected, Alabama.
100%.
But when I saw Auburn, Wisconsin on there, I was like, well, what's the expectations?
Yeah, and
so
I know
my apologies to Adam for missing that headline.
A whole other story, but, if Kalen DeBoer doesn't make the college football playoff, I don't think he's in jeopardy of losing his job, but boy.
Oh, he is under immense heat. I'm with you. I don't think there's any way Alabama fires him. First of all, it's a hefty buyout. But
it's a different world with 12 teams getting to a college football playoff.
The heat he would enter year 3 under would be excruciating.
All right. Proof that we don't plan out the show and we do a lot of it on the fly there, me missing that headline. The show being brought to you by our friends at CPAP Plus. You don't want to miss any sleep with a little problem with your breathing, waking up, and not even knowing it. CPAP Plus can get you that restful sleep that you need so much.
I love their website, Sleep Home Alabama. Go to Sleep Home Alabama to learn more about this. I've never got the sleep test. I might have sleep apnea. I've got 3 brothers. They've all got sleep apnea. I didn't want to sleep in the place. Have you guys ever done one of those sleep studies where you have to go, you get wired up? Don't know if you ever done it?
I've never done it.
Yeah. Well, I had everything scheduled, and the day of, I tapped out. I was like, I just don't want to go hang out at this place. Well, how about this? No lab, no insurance, just $199. You don't even have to leave your house. CPAP Plus wants to help you sleep better and sleep smarter. We're also going to be doing our sleeper pick of the day that is going to be coming up when we roll through football season. But we are proud to partner with our friends from CPAP Plus. Again, go to this website. You can check out all the information. Again, no lab, no insurance, just $199. Don't even have to leave your house. Website is up. It's Sleep Home Alabama. That is Sleep Home Alabama.
All right, from sweet to heat, Bojangles has 7 sauces that will definitely add a little extra flavor to every single bite you take. Nothing's going to pair better with those sauces than the hand-breaded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard. You want to add some tang, you might want to try that barbecue. Some heat, try creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. If you're craving smooth and creamy, house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, classic Bo sauce ready and waiting. So head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's Bo time. We bring Tyler into the show. You did some background check on that Gus Malzahn deal, and you found what?
I found that the buyout amount was $21.45 million. half of the buyout, or $10.725 million, was paid within 30 days of his termination, and the remaining balance was scheduled to be paid in annual installments of $2.68 million over the following 4 years.
Yeah.
So they've paid off Gus.
That ran out right about the time he left Central Florida and went to FSU. So
the money hasn't run out, though.
No, I wouldn't imagine not. Real quick, while you're there, hey, it's Rambo asking. I know you've got the answer to this. The Apple issue. What's going on with Apple? Tell everybody what to do.
So I've reached out to Apple support, been going back and forth with them because some people are not getting
automatic downloads.
Downloads.
It's still there. It's just not showing up automatically, right?
Yes, and they have advised me to let everyone know that it is a user-specific issue and you can reach out to AppleCare, but then there's some other tricks like unfollowing TNR and then immediately following again, refreshing your app.
Immediately do it.
Yes. Don't stay unfollowed.
No.
Follow us again. And it's basically just a scaling issue. We've got a lot of complaints about it not uploading to Apple, and it's a user-specific issue, but because we have 28,000 followers on YouTube, that makes it look like a lot bigger of an issue.
So let me ask you this, and you probably don't know the answer. Let's say Joe Rogan. I mean, how many millions and millions of subscribers? Do you think he's having the same problem with the same issue with Apple?
I would imagine Apple gets back to Joe Rogan's Tyler quicker than they get back to our Tyler.
I
get that. I'm just wondering how many different platforms are having the same
I don't know,
problem.
because I get Joe Rogan through Apple, but he's Spotify, obviously, so I don't know. It's a great question.
Yeah, I also imagine that he just brings such a huge amount of traffic to their site that they'll know if there's not a Joe Rogan upload, if something's up with that.
Chip on Twitter says, hey, it was a really easy fix. Logged out of the app, deleted it, reinstalled it, signed back in. Everything works perfect. Now, that's what Apple told him to do. He did it, and it said it worked great. So there you go.
There's a few different options for you then.
Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, and as we said last week, thank you guys for doing that and jumping through the hoops with us to continue to follow us, watch us, and support us. And while you're here, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and set those automatic downloads. And not just Apple, you get us on Spotify, iHeart, it's on our app, and always on YouTube as well. Every show, all 1,000, and now 7 shows are there for you on YouTube, all the way back to day one. You want to go back and look at what that looked like way back in the day. Yesterday in Tuscaloosa, they had a Yay Alabama event, a media day, to where if you were a member of Yay Alabama, you had a chance to spend a couple of hours with the team. And welcome to the media day with Yay Alabama. Some players available with questions from the media, set up almost like it's the media day at the college football playoffs, where everybody had their nameplate and they were sitting there at tables and such. But also fans got to, behind the curtain, away from the media, get back there and hang out with the players, play PlayStation, college football, EA Sports, PlayStation, and all that. Just a wonderful experience over in Tuscaloosa. Ryan Williams did get a chance to talk about the chemistry of this team. And boy, I said this last week, I'll say it again, let you guys react after you hear Ryan Williams. You can't help hear Ryan Williams say things like he's about to say and not humanly think that he's saying it this way because last year it wasn't this way. Okay. Listen and see if you agree with me when you hear Ryan Williams talk about the chemistry of this team.
I'm going to be honest, this is probably like one of the all-time highs in team chemistry that I've had in my life. You know, when you can, as a receiver, when you're one of your best friends is a defensive lineman, like, you know, a guy like James Smith that we feed off of each other, that's like my brother. I mean, when that's the case, I mean, it's a testament to the squad. Like, you know, we got quarterbacks hanging with long snappers, like, you know, people that's usually never around each other. I mean, it's just a brotherhood.
Now, just instinctively, and maybe I'm flawed, when you say this is the best team chemistry I've ever been around or I've ever been with, it makes me think, well, last year must have been less than that, obviously, because you just said that, or that may have been a problem. We always heard in the chat room, and I always sort of scuffed it off because Milroe and Booker were so nice to us every time we interviewed them. I just wonder about
a couple of things. I think it would resonate a little bit more if it was Justin Herbert, who's been playing football for a long time. Ryan Williams really is in his second year in a massive program. I think there is something to it, and I think it is the transition again from the greatest to ever do it and the way he did it to Kalen DeBoer. And this is why, like, I really have high hopes for this team, and I think they're going to be really, really good. And I do find it interesting, some people out there, Heather Dinich, saying this team is overrated at 8th, and we'll see how this thing plays out. But this is the best roster, however this goes, good or bad, the best roster Kalen DeBoer has ever had in his coaching career.
100%.
Ever.
I would agree with you on that.
And Kalen DeBoer, to me, has done a lot.
Do you think
more
last
with less.
last year was his best one until this year? I mean, where did you put last year's roster?
Probably, yeah. And I think they underachieved, and I think there was a lot of reasons. And I think more so was the inconsistency of the quarterback position, and a lot of that's on Kalen DeBoer too. But I also think there were some internal issues that we all don't know about that we heard about. But it seems like those issues, at least right now on the surface, are kind of flushed out.
I would say top-end talent, maybe a little more in that previous Washington team. I mean, you had an NFL starter at quarterback.
Oh, I think your skill was better.
Yeah, your skill was better.
3 NFL receivers.
Yeah, your skill was better.
Your skill was better at
NFL
Washington.
running back.
But top to bottom, I would imagine last year's Alabama roster was better than the previous year's Washington roster, top to bottom. If you go all 100, or if you just want to do, the 22 ones or whatever you want to do.
You did that stat the other day, and it was how many, the percentage of blue chippers.
That's right.
Yeah, and I mean, it can't even be close if you went back and looked at that Washington team.
Here's the feedback on that, Jim. You're not alone in feeling this way. Zach, he's just saying the quiet part out loud. RTD4. I'm so glad these guys are speaking about the nonsense last year. Chris, I agree, Jim. Someone adds, I don't think Booker was one of the problems at all. Could be completely wrong, though. Daniel, I'm glad the Stank crew is gone. That's playoff link. Chris says, I think ego's got in the way, money too. So a lot of people
Well, you know what?
heard
You
the
got
same thing you heard.
this year that you didn't have last year. You got that bad cop. You got Ryan Grubb that doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He will
That's
come
the-
in and lay it down. And I think you need that yin to that yang. And I think, Kalen DeBoer would tell you the same thing.
Yeah. Now, for the record, I'm not saying Book was part of the problem.
No, I know.
I just threw him out because he was one of the guys that came on our show, and I liked those guys because, he and Milroe and Terrion and the guys who represented Alabama on our show the last few years were so good on the air with us and so nice with their time. Like I remember the 1 hour you spent with Milroe talking about mental health awareness. I mean, that was just an eye-opening conversation. Those guys were so good with their time, and I just didn't see any way any one of them could be a problem in team chemistry.
I think Book is one of those guys, his head probably was about to explode, or maybe did at times last year, because he's trying to drive the culture in one direction, and you've got other people doing their own thing. I think more about last year's team will come out, especially however this goes. If it becomes a complete disaster under Kalen DeBoer and he never gets to a college football playoff, I think last year is going to be a year that, whether it's 5 years from now, we will hear what really happened one day from a lot of guys.
Probably so. When they get removed from it, and maybe they're not in touch with some of those teammates anymore, and they drop the guard a little bit.
Yeah, and sooner than later, if this team was to win a championship, I wouldn't be surprised at all if you had people saying, well, this went down last year, and this is one of the reasons we lost 3 games.
I will have to say, there are certain football games I've watched, NFL or college, probably more college, because NFL games are all pretty close. So any outcome of an NFL game, you're like, okay, I could see that, right? I mean, most of the point spreads are 2, 3, 4 points, right? So more so this happens in college, where you see an outcome of the game and you're like, I really cannot figure that one out. One of them was TCU Michigan back in the college football playoffs. Now, we heard a little bit later on of what might have happened there. One that unless it ever gets explained, I'll go to my grave wondering what happened, was Bama, Oklahoma. That one made no sense whatsoever. Alabama was 10 times better than Oklahoma. And I know you're playing on the road, but come on, man. You've played in Tiger Stadium, you've played in Neyland Stadium, you've played at Jordan-Hare.
That was more unexplainable than Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, I think, because of the brand you kept there.
Exactly.
I never thought they were going to lose until they lost.
Well, Vanderbilt, you're early in the season. You've come off that big win over Georgia. Everybody's telling you how great you are. You're number 1 in the country. And it was easy to say, look, we're not going to miss a beat without this Saban cat. This DeBoer guy, we're already number 1 in the country. We're good enough not only to be up on Georgia 28-0, but to blow the lead and still come back and beat them. Well, that's how good we are. So it's easy to understand the Vanderbilt one. The Oklahoma, when you go there knowing I have to win this game to make the playoffs, and you don't lose at a buzzer beater at the end, I could have understood that one maybe. you get run out of the stadium by Oklahoma.
Yeah,
it made no sense.
What made no sense was the inconsistencies of Jalen Milroe. And I know we've said it a million times, but when he was at his best, he was the best player in college football, and at his worst, he was a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
I went back Sunday morning over a bowl of cereal and watched the first half of that Georgia-Alabama game again.
What kind of cereal?
I think
Tough questions
it's
for Tyler.
Special K. It's like the protein-infused, really crunchy.
Boring.
Chop up some
is
tomatoes
kinda
and bananas in there.
Whoa.
Not tomatoes, strawberries.
Okay.
Strawberries
that
and
makes
bananas.
far more sense. I had never heard a person putting
haven't
tomatoes
either.
in cereal.
Yeah. I was seeing red. Strawberries and bananas, and chop that up in there. And not too much. I don't like too much fruit in my cereal.
That's a lot of work for a bowl of cereal.
It is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so did you watch the whole first half?
First half, then I turned it off. Didn't want the stress of the second half.
They come back and win, Jeff.
They do, but
I mean, that first half was amazing.
yeah, it was a beat
When,
down.
when it's 28-0, you're like, what in the world is going on here?
Well, that's what's so strange is how good that team could be.
I know.
Like in Baton Rouge, what they would look like in that first half against Georgia. Yeah, I mean, just imagine if Kalen DeBoer is able to bottle it and they play consistently like that this year.
Yeah, and truthfully, in my career of covering Alabama, it was probably one of the 3 best first halves in big games. I know they've beaten the crap out of a lot of people before, but in big games, it was one of the 3 best first halves I'd seen in my career. And Alabama probably should have lost the game. You know, great Ryan Williams play at the end. And then Georgia's driving great interception. Alabama would be 1-2 in the greatest first halves of my career that I would have seen if they'd lost that Georgia game, because Notre Dame national championship beat the eyes out of them. But first half 2010 Iron Bowl, that was a beatdown in a big game. And they ended up losing that game.
They did.
The 2020 Ohio State National Championship, when Devontae Smith was just
unstoppable.
What did he have, 200 yards in the first half?
I thought
that was a great first half, too.
I thought you were going to bring up Georgia blackout in Athens. I mean, they curb stomped Georgia in the first half of that game. That 2010 Iron Bowl was super weird. Like, it was at one point 24-0 in the first half, and it could have easily been 42-0. I mean, it was Alabama had left points on the field, and it was still 24-0.
Yeah, I don't know if they were doing win probability back then, but it had to be 99.9%.
It was very, very high at that point.
Yeah, of games I watch only the first half of. That's one of them.
You still feel good about Alabama winning that one, don't you?
All right, when we come back, we're gonna no planning. You guys play these elimination games with the NFL usually of trying to pick a winner every week. I've got a graphic that is not for you, Forrester. I didn't send it to you. I've got a graphic I'm going to look at that has the last national champion that this Power 4 claimed or won. So we're going to play a game to see how long you two can name Power 4 schools that have never claimed a national championship. No research, just off the top of your head. You know what I'm saying here? Yeah. I can't think of one off the top of my head that's in the Power 4 that we know hasn't won one.
Yeah.
But you would say, okay, I know this team doesn't claim a national championship.
Okay.
Iowa State.
And we'll get to well, I don't know. We'll get to I don't know. We'll get to it's that Gary Daniels.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll get to that and a lot more camp news and Clay Travis coming up. The show being brought to you by our friends at Odie's, that neighborhood bar and grill that sort of gives a little personality to a couple of great neighborhoods in our town.
Me and Brown are going to be out there tomorrow night. Abby Jo is going to join us, by the way.
Is she? Is Will out of town?
Will is celebrating a little anniversary. It seems I can't tell you how many people have celebrated anniversaries.
Mine's today, man.
So a lot of people. It's actually today.
Yeah, today.
Well, there you go.
August 5th, 25 years. Thank you, Lance.
Congratulations to Will and Lee Haber on their anniversary as well. But you and I and Abby Jo will be out there. The original location tomorrow night in Crestline for Odie's Team Trivia. We do it every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Come join us. Enjoy some of the great food from Rodney Davis. Been doing it almost 4 decades now. The award-winning wings, delicious burgers, fantastic sandwiches, ice-cold beer buckets, full of the Bud Light. Stop into either location. The original that we talked about, Crestline, newest location in Edgewood. Birmingham Institution is Odie's Tavern.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident, call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Chenard Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Chenard.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
It's time to pull the trigger on the Next Round merch that you've been eyeing. We know there's a lot to choose from at nextround.store, so here's a few of our favorite picks. If you want to match LT and Brown, go with the TNR logo hoodie and throw in one of Dunaway's favorite hats. Any of them will do. The Backroom's go-to is the classic logo t-shirt, while my personal favorite is the light blue TNR crew neck. All of these items can be found at nextround.store and are EG approved. Rest assured, your order will be packed with lots of love from us here at the Next Round. Head over to nextround.store to start filling up your cart.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
As we all know, there's no off-season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Alabama, join us over on covercrimson.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on covercrimson.com.
New Life Art is proud to announce Daniel A. Moore's upcoming Alabama basketball painting, Buzzer Beater. Closing out the regular season, Alabama and Auburn faced off in a top 10 matchup. With less than 1 second remaining in overtime and the game tied at 91, Mark Sears launched a 15-foot floater that sealed the Tide's victory. Visit DanielMooreArt.com and see the artist's preliminary sketch of this historic Bama win. And take advantage of special pre-production pricing for Buzzer Beater.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Listen, I don't know how Lance does it picking these preseason games, lanceslock.com. I guess with research like this, but I get nervous every time I hear a coach say this. Zach Taylor today, Cincinnati Bengals. Quarterback Joe Burrow and other big-name players will play several series on Thursday night.
Why?
And more in Game 2 against the Commanders. New way of doing it with eyes on starting fast, says Zach Taylor.
Well, that's the thing that has plagued Cincinnati is how many times have they started 1-3, 0-3, and they're like, well, Cincinnati's got to.
At first you were like, why? And
I know.
then you were like,
I know.
Oh, but that has, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys help remind me. I remember, as a Rams fan, Sam Bradford goes out against the Browns in a preseason game. He's done for the year.
Trent Green, that was the exhibition, wasn't it?
That was, that was exhibition against the Chargers. Rodney Harrison hit him low. There was Tony Romo that led to Dak Prescott ultimately starting for the Cowboys. There's got to be other examples of starting quarterbacks that have been lost in the preseason. And boy, when you lose your starting quarterback in the preseason, the season's done.
Yeah. You don't start slow. You start and finish slow if you lose your quarterback. Wait, you say that. I mean, Kurt Warner,
99
came on the scene, but those are few and far between.
Yeah.
I would hate this as a Cincinnati fan. I know they have started slow. I agree. He's right about that. But there maybe are some other ways of fixing it than exposing my franchise to multiple series in a preseason game.
Well, when you sit there and you watch a preseason game, I know you're dying and you can't wait for football to start, but I don't want my guys out there in a meaningless game. I'm ready to get rid of preseason altogether anyway. Let's go to 18 games.
I am too.
No preseason. You guys work in camp. When you're ready, let's play the games. Don't do this exhibition stuff. Show being brought to you by a couple of our great sponsors. One of them, the fine folks at Boiling and Bragging. Speaking of starting off the football season, it always starts with Boiling and Bragging.
Yeah, our friends Boiling and Bragging actually will be in studio with us, give you a little more information the 11 o'clock hour, but mark your calendars. First college tailgate party of the season, Boiling and Bragging. It's going to be held Saturday, August 16th from 6 to 8:30 in Crestline Village near the O'Neill Library right there in Mountain Brook. This annual event benefits the critical care transport team at Children's of Alabama. For more information, visit bowlingandbragging.org. That is bowlingandbragging.org.
Okay, so I know I want Forrester to participate. Forrester, you want to participate in trying to keep guessing Power 4 teams that have never claimed a national championship? Do you want to be in on this too? With Ryan?
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay, what about you, Tyler? Do you want to try it, or do you want to sit this one out, Supreme?
I'll give it a try.
Okay.
I thought Tyler was wearing a Seattle Mariners hat when he first walked in today. No, of course.
He reps the brand.
Of course, it's a Supreme hat.
I did too until I saw the side of it.
Yeah.
It was like a knife through a baseball or something, right? Or a skull?
I think it's a screw through a baseball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the old screwball.
Oh, that's what it is. Screwball. Very good, Brandon. You'd been great on that old 1970s TV show that it showed a picture of like a baseball.
Oh,
and a
I
screw.
remember that show, and you had to say,
I don't know the name of it though.
Yeah.
Pictionary.
It sort of was.
They had a Pictionary where they actually played Pictionary.
Yeah, where they had to draw it.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go first? Well, Lance has already said one.
Lance, you said Iowa State.
Yeah, I'll go Iowa State. They haven't won, I don't think, a conference championship since 1916. I am very, very confident the Cyclones do not have a claimed national championship.
They've never won one or claimed one, so Lance is still alive.
Okay. I'll let the back room go in front of me. I'll go fourth.
Okay, we'll go Tyler next then. Okay, we'll go Forrester next. You be ready with your answer.
I'm thinking.
Forrester?
I'm going to go NC State.
Scott, I was going to pick them.
Don't beat that guy, bro.
I had NC State ready to go.
We joke all the time, fantasy drafts or something else.
This is very weird. I don't think NC State, I'm doing this on the fly, has won a conference championship since 1967.
This is even a conference championship?
Yeah, conference championship. So I think Forster's dead on here.
But what we're picking here is national championships, and Forster is exactly right. NC State has never won or claimed a national championship in football. Tyler, do you have an answer?
I'm going to go Arizona.
Arizona.
Good call.
Bear down. They were close one time.
No, they were preseason. Dick told me. And the Desert
the old
Swarm.
bear down defense. You remember that?
I think some people had them. They were definitely in the top three, but they ended up losing 2 or 3 games.
But they would play a bunch of like 8-6 games. I mean, they had weird scores, and they wouldn't score any
Tyler's
points.
dead on. Great job.
Yeah, good job. Arizona's never won one.
This is by conference, I hope, here.
They're going to be now, Jim, in the Big 12. You can't find Arizona? They won one?
No,
they haven't. I just can't. I can't find their logo here on this graphic that I'm looking at.
It's an A. It's red in the middle, and it's got like a blue outline and some white.
Yep. They do not have one.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, here they are.
Yeah.
Never. Very good. It's a lot of logos, guys. A lot of logos.
3 for 3.
All right.
Okay. So Brownie, pressure's on you.
Are the logos alphabetical?
They're by conference.
By conference, go to the ACC.
But they started mid-line on the Big 12 is what threw me off.
Okay, go to the ACC. I'm going to go Wake Forest.
Dun, 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 dun. Wake Forest. Brownie, never. You're
Good job. I
Thank
think
you.
1962 basketball?
Oh, wow. That long ago,
I think
huh?
so.
Wow.
Okay.
They had a guy named Tim Duncan. How did they not win did they go Elite 8 with him?
Randolph Childress, too.
Yeah, Dave Odom was the coach, right?
By the way, thank you, DraftKings, for this graphic I'm using here, DraftKings.
All right, I got my next one locked in.
Okay,
here we go.
Brown.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
LT
not
next.
next.
So Dunaway's not going.
Oh, no. I can see it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So wait, so Washington State is no longer Power 4, right?
Yeah, how do we call them?
Let me see if they are listed. I do not have them listed here. I do not think.
Okay.
Not listed.
Very simple. Vanderbilt.
Oh.
Ooh,
We
LT.
all overlooked the easy one, didn't we?
Vandy has never claimed or won a national championship. Very good. Okay, who's next? Forster?
Hail State.
Don't
Me and
be-
Forrester are grabbing that low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Don't be too confident.
Oh, I'm very confident.
Yeah.
in this.
Mississippi State does not claim a national championship. This is won or claim now.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyler.
Oh, let's see. I'm going to go with... So this is just football? Basketball
Yeah,
championship?
just football.
Just football, just Power 4.
All right. Give me Duke.
Duke.
Very good.
Just football. I want you definitely needed to check on that with Duke.
Duke has never won one. Tyler is still in this.
I'm
Faster answers, please, but still in this.
going to stay with Smart Schools, Jim, and go Northwestern for the Big Ten.
Northwestern never has won one or claimed one. Very good. That gets us to LT.
Will you give me Kansas State?
Kansas State. I happen to be right on that logo when you said that. They have never won one or claimed one. Kansas State.
Jim doesn't want me to say this, but I was taking them next.
Okay. Forster, what do you have, man?
I'm going to go Purdue.
Oh, I think they won one. I think Scott has just gotten kicked out.
We didn't make it to 10.
Hey, you're a quick answer there. I appreciate that. Purdue has never won one or claimed one.
Damn. That was dicey.
Thought you were done, Scott.
Yeah. Tyler, quick answers.
Give me UNC.
North Carolina.
So you think North Carolina football, with Bill Belichick as their coach, has never won or claimed one?
I think Tyler's right.
You're exactly right. North Carolina. Very good, Tyler. Quick answer, too.
Yes.
Good one.
I will take also out of the ACC, Louisville.
Ooh, Louisville has never claimed one or
Cardinal.
won one. Very good. LT, back to you. Pressure's on you now. Getting a little dicey.
Well, consider they've only won double digits twice in their history. I'll take South Carolina.
Yep.
Jim?
You're wearing the hat there, Jim.
You remember, though, they used to be in the ACC.
They used to be
I don't think it matters.
They've never won a national championship or claimed
What
one.
was your last one, Brown?
Mine was
Louisville, yeah.
Okay, Forrester, back to you. We've gone really. This
is
really
amazing.
Much deeper than I would have thought.
We're 12 deep. 12 for 12.
This is about to get tricky, though.
I'm going to go Virginia Tech. Not a ton of confidence in it.
Hokey high.
Oh, yeah. You're
not
right.
a lot of
I think you're
confidence.
good. No,
Yeah.
Virginia Tech was awful before Beamer got there.
Never claimed one, never
Yeah.
won one. Well, I probably should check to see how many never claimed one here to see how long this could go. Tyler, go ahead.
Playing off of Scott, I'm going to go with West Virginia.
I think you've messed up there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think they've claimed one at some point. Don Nehlen back in the day, maybe.
What conference?
Big
is
12,
West
Jim.
Big 12. Gosh, darn it, Jim. Big 12 now. West Virginia never has claimed one. Oh,
boy,
wow.
we have doubted the back room left and right here.
Way to go, Tyler. I'm sort of cheering for Tyler now.
Are you?
Yeah, he's the underdog.
You wanted him to speed up a minute ago. Now
Well, I'm cheering for him fast. Fast, good answers.
I'm going to stay in the Sunflower State and say Kansas.
Gil Sayers.
you're right.
Well, Gale Sayers, yeah, but he's one player.
Kansas is never. No,
Yeah.
you're good.
All right.
No, back every time it gets back to LT, I get nervous.
I'm going to go Stanford.
Stanford, the Cardinal?
Stanford now in the ACC.
ACC, Jim, is where you'll find that West Coast team.
Stanford. Oh, LT. 1940.
Wow.
How about that? I mean, that was World War II, so people were down some players.
1940.
Wow.
It's acclaimed national.
We weren't in
championship.
the war
Okay.
yet, but we were hurtling towards war, so people weren't playing.
It's acclaimed national championship for Stanford. All right, back to you, Forrester.
Yeah, I'm going to get myself in trouble with one of these who, claimed one back in the 30s or something like that.
That was the point of this whole thing, the
Yeah.
claiming.
Give me Wisconsin.
Yeah, I thought about them, Scotty, but I think they've got one.
Oh, Scott, I mean.
No, I think Wisconsin claims one somewhere.
Forrester plays with the big brains and gets away with it.
He does, Scott.
Wisconsin has never won or claimed one.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
I've done
impressive.
Scott twice now.
Oh, wow. Tyler?
I'm not sure what conference they're in, but what about Illinois?
That's in the Big Ten. Tyler.
All right,
I
give me
think they've
the
got one.
fighting
I think.
Illini.
That is correct. You got their mascot.
1951,
Oh,
Tyler.
so it's down to me and Scott.
1951. They claim one, so that's the last one that they claim.
All right, Scott. I was just in this stadium. They made the mistake of leaving a gate open, and I walked in and looked around.
Maine's not a Power 4.
No, Boston College, BC. Give me the Eagles. By the way, do y'all think that's a nice stadium or not?
I do not.
Yeah, not a nice stadium.
Let's get on EA Sports, though.
I mean, it's quaint. Like you're right on top of the action. It's small and quaint.
Chestnut Hill.
Chestnut Hill. Yeah, it's a pretty campus. I like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
campus. Stadium wasn't great.
I got a friend who may be going to law school there.
Oh, at BC?
Yeah.
That's probably a good law school if I had to guess. Pretty
Yeah.
campus, Tillin.
Brown, you're out.
Oh, BC has claimed a championship.
Ironically, the same year that Stanford claims
Well,
the
that doesn't
championship,
make sense. 1940. How many did we give out that
Yeah.
year?
We got to check this 1940.
Yeah, what the crap happened?
1940.
Oh, good job, Scott. You
but
won.
Forrester probably needs to get one right just to stay alive.
Yeah, you
right?
got to go spelling bee style, right?
Yeah.
After the last person gets knocked out, you still have to spell the word correctly.
Can you get one more?
I was never that deep in the spelling bee, Scott. I didn't know.
I was a good speller. Give me Missouri.
Ooh. Again, he's just going to walk right.
Missouri is correct.
Oh, wow. Look
Way
at
to go,
Scott.
Forrester.
Damn, great job.
Forrester's the
Scott.
winner. All right, let me see if I can give the ones that we said. Duke, Louisville, we said. NC State, North Carolina, we said.
Arizona State?
Virginia, never. We didn't say Virginia. Indiana, Indiana,
man.
guys.
Just
Come
in
on.
the playoffs.
Indiana, we said Northwestern. Oregon, guys. The Oregon Ducks, never won one, never claimed one.
Yeah.
Maryland?
I thought about Maryland.
I mean, you guys,
Rutgers?
You could have said Rutgers.
But I think Rutgers got one early.
1869.
Yeah, 1800. That's why I didn't say them, yeah.
Has Texas Tech claimed one? I almost went there.
We said Arizona. We did not say Arizona State. They've never claimed one. Baylor, Auburn's first opponent, never won one, never claimed one. Cincinnati's never won one, never claimed one. Houston, never won one, never claimed one. We said Iowa State. We said Kansas State. Said Texas Tech. Utah. Never won one, never claimed one. Well, they could have. What year was it they were unbeaten?
2004, is that right,
Urban
Lance?
Meyer?
Right before Meyer went to Florida?
Yeah, it was 2004.
2004.
Was it 4?
Yeah, it was 4.
Yeah. West Virginia, we said or we didn't? We did not say West Virginia.
Tyler said West Virginia.
Okay, never.
Yep.
West Virginia, Mississippi State, Missouri, Vandy out of the SEC, South Carolina. Boy, the SEC, boy, you're either going to win them or claim them. 2020 for Bama, 64 for Arkansas, 2010 for Auburn, 2008, 2022 for Georgia, 1950 for Kentucky.
Ole Miss has some in the 60s.
Texas in 5, 39 for A&M, 98 for Tennessee, 1962 claimed by Ole Miss, 2000 for Oklahoma. So that's it. Power 4 there, little elimination game.
To our defense.
Oh, I'm looking at it.
Five teams claimed the national championship in 1940.
I mean, I don't know how this works.
What the other we have? Boston,
Minnesota, Stanford, BC, Michigan, and Tennessee.
Now, Minnesota was 8-0. I don't know how they only played 8 games because Stanford was 10-0. Michigan was 7-1. What are they even doing claiming one, Lance? They lost to
Because
Minnesota.
Tom Harmon won the Heisman Trophy, according to this.
Okay, well, that's not a national championship last time I checked. Tennessee was 10-0. Boston College was 11-0. They played in the Sugar Bowl, and Boston College won.
Well,
How about that?
Yeah. Well, Tennessee, though, they were selected national champions according to this by the Dunkel system.
Well, of course,
So,
yes.
Yeah, little guy from Game of Thrones.
Peter Dunkel, Peter Dinklage, yeah. Boy, 5 in 1 year, that's a lot, isn't it?
That is.
That
now,
is a lot. I wonder if that's the record.
I'm just going to read this. I'm going to give Scott the win. Scott, this is not. I'm giving you the win here. But it says here, Boston College in their final season under Coach Frank Leahy compiled a perfect 11-0, including a victory over Tennessee in the Sugar Bowl. They lay claim to a national championship, but it doesn't say which one. Like all the other ones, like Tennessee won the Dunkel, Stanford won the Williamson and the Polling, Minnesota won the AP.
It's claiming, Brad. I mean, 11-0, and you beat another unbeaten team in the Sugar Bowl?
An SEC team at that.
Well, my Stanford, the only one they got, it was claimed by the Williamson system, the Helms Athletic Foundation, and the Billingsley Report.
Yeah.
Billingsley was big back then. Which one gave Alabama the one in 42?
I think that was Billingsley. I think Alabama claims one from Billingsley.
I'm big on Billingsley.
You gotta remain consistent, don't you?
Rose Bowl, man. Stanford, I'm sure, won the Rose Bowl that year if we played it. I don't know if we even played it. 1940. Go do the research on that.
Billingsley in 1910 had Auburn winning the national championship.
There you go. I would claim that one.
I've said for years, you guys at Auburn, Forrester, don't claim enough. Y'all need to go back and claim some titles.
Are you for the 83 New York Times?
Oh, 100%. 1983, Auburn was the best team in the country.
They
claim deserved the championship.
I think this show has been unanimous on our stances. Claim what you want to claim. It's your stadium.
Yeah.
It's you hang the banners or put up the signs or whatever. What do you care what the rest of the fans think? It's your stadium.
To me, 1983 more deserving of a national champion. I can make a better argument for 1983 than I can for 2004.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
83, the only loss was Texas.
I mean, 2004, you had a clear-cut national champion.
You go back and you look at
You did.
I knew that. I knew what was about to happen right there.
Oh, I'm just saying.
The 2004 team didn't lose a game.
They didn't.
I knew that was about to happen.
They didn't. I'm just saying, 1983 to me, though it was 9-7 in the Sugar Bowl.
Well, it doesn't matter. They won.
They still beat a Michigan team that was good, but that schedule that you played in 1983, that team I think was the best team in the country.
So your only loss was at home to Texas, who was number 3, incidentally. It wasn't like you lost to a crap Texas team, but it was 20-7. But I mean, Auburn ran the table.
Well, really didn't have any. I mean, the second half of the season was brutal.
Lance, this finish is crazy.
It is.
Listen, I ran the board as a freshman in college or senior in high school, freshman in college. I ran the board of the Auburn Network with the great Jim Fife, and during that season, and how many ranked opponents?
Well, see, they played Texas early, who was number 3, and then they didn't face another ranked opponent until October. But holy crap at this finish!
Yeah,
number 5 Florida at home, 28-21 when Auburn was 4th. Auburn moved to 3rd. Next week they host Maryland. We scheduled Maryland. Oh, they're number 7 in the country. That was that Boomer
Esiason.
Yeah, 35-23. Then you're at Georgia on the road in Sanford Stadium, who was number 4. 13-7. You get a breather against 19th ranked Alabama in the Iron Bowl, which you won 23-20, and then had to beat Michigan in the Sugar 9-7, and they were number 8. So they finished 5th, 7th, 4th, 19th, and 8th, 5 consecutive games.
Yeah,
it's a crazy finish.
Yeah, that's
schedules back then were so different because they also played Florida State that year and Georgia Tech, neither of which were ranked, but still you played out of conference. Texas, Florida State, Georgia Tech, and Maryland out of conference.
Was that Georgia Tech game, is that at home? Or was that one?
Grand Field, 31-13.
I was in the old end zone for that one. Bo Jackson game.
Okay.
Yep. I got to go to that game, Georgia Tech and Auburn, as a fan, with John Barton, Alabaster. Shout out.
You've been to the place we've always wanted to go see a game.
Yeah,
You've actually been there.
That's the part of the stadium. It had wooden bleachers, upper deck. They tore it down, and they remodeled it a little bit. I don't know if it's a deck or whatever, but it was an upper deck at that end zone.
With wooden bleachers? An upper deck?
Bleachers, yep.
That's dicey.
Yeah.
Leave with a splinter.
If you're lucky, you only leave with a splinter.
But they ended up tearing it down, so that tells me at some point it did not pass code.
The engineering school of Georgia Tech was like, we cannot
continue to put people up there. All right, show being brought to you by a couple of our great folks. One of them is our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Way to Wellness is there with Leslie and her board-certified team. They'll help you out. They got a website called aplanforme.com, Way to Wellness has a personalized plan that works for you because every plan is designed specifically for you. No cookie cutter plan. You may want meal replacement, injection therapies. They've got that. They use protein bars. I use them to keep me from snacking bad between meals. You can use them as well. aplanforme.com. They have diet plans that helps you with diabetes, heart disease, sleep apnea, and a lot more. No contracts, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free. It's Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Also, our friends at Hemp Hill, they bring you Lance's Lock, lanceslock.com, where you can sign up right now for a football package this football season.
Yeah, another winning night, 3-1 last night. Major League Baseball, more winners up and available today. We are getting ready for a huge preseason in the NFL. We will have that special package rolling out the next couple of days, so check it out, lanceslock.com. Always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Whether you experience any plumbing, heating, or cooling issues in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. 205-229-2090. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
And we're talking about great football memories. Our friends at New Life Art brings you the limited edition prints by Daniel A. Moore, including collegiate classics from Nick Saban's national championships, great moments in Iron Bowl history, and so much more. DanielMooreArt.com. It also includes items like the Legacy Continues coffee mugs and calendars. You can even find a Daniel Moore secondary marketplace right there online at DanielMooreArt.com.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at ScottForresterTV.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Hang out with the next round on the go. Whether you're driving to work, running errands, sitting on the beach, or you just need a break from the real world, we can keep you company. Check out the next round, Mystery Fifth Hour, and our other shows on your favorite podcast app. We'll meet you there.
No matter the occasion, the Next Round store has you covered with whatever you need. Head over to nextround.store and start filling your cart up now. When you wear your gear, make sure to let us know by posting on socials, and you might just end up seeing yourself during a commercial break. Go browse now at nextround.store and place your order before the break ends.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Just because you've quit going to the gym, it doesn't mean that you have to quit gym altogether. Dunaway, that is. With our Next Round podcasts open 24/7, 365, you can access gym anytime you'd like. While you may have done away with your treadmill routine, our version of Dunaway is standing by, ready to get you back to your absolute best. Find all that lovely Jimmy D-led content on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and in the podcast section of nextroundlive.com. This message is sponsored by Jimmy Crypto Inc. and Jimmy Crypto for President.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles, The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a Bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and Bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Clay Travis will join us in about 15 minutes. Later on, we'll tell you about our friends at Boiling and Bragging, how you can be a part of one of Birmingham's great kickoffs to the college football season, which is just now 18 days away. But we start this hour off with our spotlight, and it's one guy who has confidence in his team this year. He's not backing down. Tyler, hit the spotlight, man.
The College Football Spotlight.
The Shannara Spotlight comes to you each day, courtesy of our guy, Alexander Shannara, and his trial attorneys. More than 24 years in the Birmingham area, more than 150 lawyers, more than 500 dedicated team members, and more than $2 billion recovered by all that group. It's amazing. One thing Alexander wanted to do was create a firm that can handle any issue his community faced. His community is, of course, Birmingham. They handle not only any personal injury claim, but claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, and a host of other claims. If you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
I need one of those skinny Bob Barker mics, because I'm in a game show mood today. Who said this quote? Quote, "We were the first 15-0 team in the history of major college football ever, and I think we're going to be the first 16-0 team." End quote. Who said that?
Trying to remember who the first 15-0 team was.
Ed Orgeron.
Quote, we were the first 15-0 team in the history of major college football ever, and I think we're going to be the first 16-0 team. End quote.
I can't remember who the first 15-0 team was, is my problem here.
That's what I thought it was, LSU in 2019.
Yeah.
Am I wrong there?
I don't know. Yeah. Obviously, because, well, I don't know. Maybe it's Brian Kelly. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it Brian Kelly?
Brian Kelly didn't go 15-0.
No, but he's talking about
LSU
LSU was the first team to ever do it.
Unless it wasn't LSU, which apparently it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was Dabo Swinney was the first 15-0 team in 2018. And after the college football expansion, he said, we're going to be the first one to go 16-0. And he tells Chris Lowe this offseason he thinks he has the team that can do it.
So, my questions about Clemson, I think they're going to be really good. I've got them playing for the national championship, losing to Alabama right now. Forster back there has Clemson winning the national championship. Boy, the bookend games, though, LSU and at South Carolina. I mean, last year when Clemson played out of conference, they played Georgia. Didn't go well. They lost at home to South Carolina, and now you've got an LSU team that has got a mat on and is all about winning this first game, obviously. But outside of that, the schedule is so manageable. Do you see any other hiccups between LSU and South Carolina?
I remember when we did our South Carolina preview on the 40 and 40, or excuse me, our Clemson preview on the 40 and 40, I asked you, Lance, if not LSU, South Carolina, where does the upset come? You brought up at Louisville Friday, November 14th. This shouldn't matter. These things should not matter.
Why are they playing it on Friday night?
But it's a Friday night game, and you just feel like a Friday night game screams upset.
Just go through history. I remember two of them.
Well,
one of them was Oklahoma State, Iowa State on the road, Friday night game, and another one was USC at Oregon State in Corvallis. I remember
that was a Thursday night.
Oh, it was Thursday. I thought it was Friday night.
One you're leaving out, and it was a big one, was Clemson Syracuse. That was a Friday night game. But Syracuse beat Clemson up in the Carrier Dome.
Yeah,
but that was a Friday night.
But Pitt beat Clemson in Clemson. That was a Saturday game. I remember that.
Yeah, that was a Saturday.
Some of those odd Clemson losses they shouldn't lose.
You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I think RG3 and Baylor beat Oklahoma on a Friday night.
I could believe that. I don't remember it being a Friday night.
No, it was either Friday or Thursday because it was Joe Tess and Samantha Ponder.
Joe Tess was always on these games.
Yeah, Samantha Steele was the sideline reporter.
How do you remember that, Jim?
Because it was RG3 the year he won the Heisman. I thought she did a good interview with the crowd surrounding.
I think,
afterwards.
Georgia Tech is a potential pitfall. I don't see that happening. But outside of that, Duke and SMU are going to be good teams, but you got them at home. So, like Clemson, if they are, and again, gun to head, I think everybody would take Clemson as the one for sure team that gets to the college football playoff. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yes, it would be. If I had to bet on one, it'd be that one.
Yeah, so I think they're there. They were there last year. I think this team's going to be a lot better. They're going to be really good on the offensive line, defensive line, probably the best in football. Klubnik, you can make an argument, the best quarterback in football. The receivers are going to be really good, and Dabo's got the resume. So, and the schedule.
Am I crazy to say this? Because we talked about it yesterday. Texas, Ohio State may end up being, I didn't do the research, and I apologize if I was supposed to, the first 1-2 we've ever had week one. I don't know that we've ever had a 1-2 week one.
We're just going to go with it.
We're going to go with it because I swear I can't remember one in my lifetime.
Well, Alabama, Florida State were 1-3.
Yeah, but I can't remember a 1-2. But I promise you, if you gave me private jet, suite seats, either SUITE or SWEET, whichever one you want to go with, they're suite seats or they're in a suite, private jet, food, beverage, everything, I would pick LSU Clemson over Texas, Ohio State if you let me go to one of them. You fly me there.
Oof, I don't know.
100%. I think that night atmosphere in the other Death Valley is going to be tremendous, and I think it's going to be a higher scoring game. I think it'll be a more exciting offensive game than Texas, Ohio State will be.
It's a fake venue, though.
A fake venue?
It's not even the real Death Valley.
Well, I said the other Death Valley. You don't think it's going to be an amazing atmosphere?
Well, I'm
though?
sure it'll be great, but is it going to be the shoe?
I don't know. I think it might be a better atmosphere than the shoe.
I mean, the shoe for a big game with Texas coming in. Texas is number one. Ohio State's got a little edge on.
But that night game in Clemson, South Carolina.
See, that's an 11 a.m. game, to your point.
Texas, Ohio State is,
yeah.
Now, I still think it'll be a charged atmosphere, but it is the big noon kick with Clad.
No, because of that, though, I would rather go to Clemson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
11 a.m. to
But I just think
Have y'all been to the SO Club before a game?
I've never been to the
I've
SO
never been to
I've never been to
Clemson.
Clemson, period. Did you go to the SO before that Auburn game?
Went to SO with Benny Mack, T-Reb, and I forget who the other person was. There was a third person in the group.
Was it on your overrated list, the SO Club?
No, but it is a old gas station that's a indoor-outdoor bar. Garage doors are open, garage bays are open, and you walk in and out. And
how does it compare with Innisfree or Galette's on a college football Saturday?
I've never been in Galette's. Innisfree I love.
Galette's in your 20s is so much fun. A little too much now, but
I never did it. Didn't go to school there and was always working when I was in Tuscaloosa for a game. Innisfree is fantastic. I don't remember you can get food at SO. Am I the only one that likes Innisfree's food too? I like their food.
Innisfree's food's really good. They've got that dog. What do they call it? Dog it. Can't remember the name of that dog. They got a really good hot dog there at Innisfree. I'm going to pull up their menu.
The 18 dog?
That might be it.
Dynasty dog?
No.
Yeah. Championship dog?
It's going to take me a second.
Yeah.
The lane leftover.
I would not eat that dog, Lance.
Yeah, I think Tyler's already pulled it quicker. Yeah. Their Irish gold sauce is really good.
This dog has the Irish gold sauce on it. That's what makes it so good.
There it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fantastic dog.
So it's just called the Stadium Dog? Or?
I guess. I don't know. But it's the one that's got the Irish gold sauce.
Well, I tell you, I don't know if I would eat that and then roll into the stadium.
I would.
I mean, it looks delicious, but
because that just looks like the ketchup mustard mix that we used to love with the Stadium Dogs back in the day that were preloaded. By the way, those are back in the press box in Tuscaloosa.
Oh, the old school dog?
Yeah. Every time they roll them out, and the certain labels already have the slaw and the mixed up ketchup and mustard on there. It's delicious.
The Innisfree Stadium dog, Irish gold sauce and sauerkraut. That's all that's on it. Fantastic dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got good dogs. Anyway, I would definitely go.
Yeah.
LSU Clemson. I think part of it is I think that's going to be a more, if you like offense, don't you guys expect more offense in that game versus Texas Ohio State? I think Texas Ohio State will be a very low scoring defensive battle.
Yeah.
That's two really good defenses.
I could see a 13-10 Texas
Ohio State. And I could see the other one playing in the 20s, maybe even low 30s.
Clay Travis in a moment. That gets us to our Michelson laser vision viewing menu of the day, and then we'll get to Clay. Before LT tells us about Michelson, I want to remind you that the fine folks at Urology Centers of Alabama are there to help you stay on top of your health. It's not just for men. They'll take care of the women in your life, or if you're one of the great female listeners, they'll take care of you as well. But for you guys out there, prostate health, we see these stories so much, that early detection can save your life. The late, great Ryan Sandberg dealt with a little prostate issue. Prostate health, 20s to 30s, 30s to 40s. Make that baseline there and stay on top right there with the fine folks at Urology Centers of Alabama. Kidney stones, everything in between that and the prostate health, they'll take care of you. 16 great locations. Find the one near you, 205-930-0920 or urologycentersalabama.com. For over 70 years, UCA has provided state-of-the-art patient-centered urological care with integrity and compassion. That's why I use them, urologycentersalabama.com, and our friends at Michael's.
Yeah, do me a favor. If you wear the contacts or the glasses, you've thought about LASIK before, now is the time to pull the trigger before we roll into football season. Imagine being on your couch or being in the stadium, being able to look at the scoreboard, not squint, not have to deal with the contacts. I'm speaking from experience. Back in 2003, over 20 years ago, I made the phone call, 205-969-8100. Very important. Ask for Amy. She is going to schedule a hassle-free consultation. You have zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. I went in. I had the 2200 vision, was legally blind without the aid of contacts. After the procedure, which only took 12 minutes for both eyes, 2015 vision better than 2020. 205-969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
All right, today on Netflix, Jim's already mentioned this, SEC football, any given Saturday. You follow college football's most elite players and coaches in this unfiltered documentary that goes behind the scenes of the 2024 SEC season. So you said it's not like Hard Knocks?
It's more reflective of last year, not week to week building on itself into this year like Hard Knocks was. But it is a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. Like you have Shane Beamer's wife. I did see one of that segment where she said, when I married Shane, he told me it wasn't if we get fired, it was when we get fired. So not fast-forwarding to the end of this season, but, you know, as a coach's wife, she knows at some point Shane Beamer will get fired someday probably.
Dang.
It's kind of sad. I would agree.
That's pretty brutal to just be out there on Netflix.
But she knows they win the lottery when you get fired.
That's what I was going to say. If you're going to have to get fired in life, get fired as a college football coach because you don't work the rest of your life if you don't want to.
That's true. Also, we've got a new addition to Netflix's catalog, and it's also available on Tubi and for rental on Amazon Prime, and that is Barbarian. I watched it over the weekend finally in preparation for Weapons this weekend, and I spent the better half of that movie with my jaw on the floor.
Wow, jaw on the floor.
It is twisty and turny, and you have no idea what's going to happen the whole movie. Go in blind.
Yeah, go in blind. It'll make you think about Airbnbs a little bit.
Oh, so I thought it was about something totally different. Barbarians?
Yeah,
so
not
it's
like
not like
Conan.
actual Conan?
No.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought. I was surprised Lance liked it.
Yes, very good movie, and that guy's got a new movie called Weapons with Julia Garner and Josh Brolin coming out this weekend. And then finally, Paramount Plus has added a classic comedy to their catalog, and that is Blazing Saddles with Gene Wilder.
Could not get away with it today. We've talked about that before. I watched one last night called 40 Acres. Have you heard about this?
I did hear about that one, yeah.
Man, I came across it last night. Me and Jack watched it. It was great.
And so it's a film, not
apocalyptic.
A documentary?
After famine hit, they've had a civil war, and you got to buy farmland is the most important thing to have.
Right.
And so you've got this one family that guards their farmland, and you got different raiders that come after you. A lot of the raiders are cannibals. Yeah, it's pretty dark, but it's really good. Have you guys ever seen It's in the Game, the Madden documentary on Amazon Prime?
Nope.
My buddy Heath sent me this, and he said it's really good, and it was a documentary they did last year. And I haven't talked to anybody that's seen it. He said it was really good, though. Have you seen it?
It's about John Madden?
It's in the game. It's about the Madden, the progression of the game over the years.
The most successful video game of all time, right?
I don't know about that.
Oh, I bet Call of Duty's past it.
I bet it's the most successful sports
no doubt about that.
video game of all time. Yeah,
that felt like low-hanging fruit for me there to say that. I went most popular video game of all time.
Yeah, this is different. It's 4 episodes, so I don't know. It might be good. I'm sure somebody in the chat probably will tell you.
4 episodes, that sounds like a lot. It feels like they go in like we got to do 4 episodes.
Well, you understand.
4 feels like the number.
But that game has been going on for 35 years now.
Yeah.
Or is that right? Yeah.
All right, best-selling video games of all time, Jim.
Most popular video game of all time is Minecraft.
Yeah, best-selling sells 350 million units, I should say, of Minecraft.
Call of Duty's got to be up there.
Grand Theft Auto 5, very specific. I don't know why 5 was the best one.
So 5 made a bunch of leaps and innovations in just gaming in general.
You could put people in the trunk, bro.
People have been playing it for the past 10 years.
How about upset right here? Wii Sports at 82 million.
Yes, it was made to be a packed-in game, an included game with anyone who bought a Wii.
Yeah.
Right.
And so everyone that had a Wii owned Wii
Yeah,
Sports.
I mean, have you guys played Wii? I've played Wii Sports.
Played Wii Sports.
I've played Wii Sports plenty of.
We played bowling, tennis. Is that the Wii Sports?
Boxing.
Yeah. Boxing,
Get a
baseball.
You got
That
all
was
those.
Wii Sports Resort.
Is that what skiing was?
Yep. The original Wii Sports just had bowling, boxing, baseball, and tennis.
God, so the Dunaways paid extra money so we could ski?
Yeah, that's what it
so we
sounds
could
like.
fake ski in our...
Fake ski. That was
Never been re-skiing.
You're probably still getting charged on it.
Never been real skiing before.
You're still paying for the virtual lift pass.
Yep.
How about the Oregon Trail checking in at 65 million? I used to love the Oregon Trail at Sachs Middle School. We used to play it on the old, the Apple, one of the original Apple computers.
Was it
Trail
hard
a
to make it through?
Oh, it's really tough. You could, I mean,
it should have been. I mean, what were the percentages back then?
Very, very
One?
low. Like you could caulk your wagon and try to ford the river, and you sink. You could run out of food because you can't shoot anything big. All you're eating squirrels. You could get dysentery.
Could you get scalped?
Yeah. I mean, I think anything could happen. Everything was on the table at that point.
See, my problem was I'd always try to go too fast and
I
not
agree.
like pace myself,
I'm with you.
and then the whole family gets dysentery.
I know. And that's not what you want right there. You don't want your whole family getting dysentery.
And that's what Tyler is watching today, brought to you by our friends at Michelson. You can also do your fantasy football draft right now at Twin Peaks. You can sign up by going to their website, but Twin Peaks is there for a lot of variety of things.
Yeah, Twin Peaks, great place just to go watch a little Major League Baseball. They've got the extra innings package, of course, but preseason football is here, and no one does preseason football like our friends at Twin Peaks. If you want to stop in, check out all their great specials for happy hour. Of course, those 29-degree beers right there in 3D with the Twin Peak girls. Ours are at 35 degrees in studio right now. But stop in, whether it's the preseason football, the Major League Baseball, great lunch or dinner. Make it one of those incredible locations today of Twin Peaks.
And we'll get to Clay Travis in a second. I was just thinking about this amazing stat. Because Major League Baseball Network's on our TV5 down in the lower right corner here. And I saw this last night. The Yankees got swept by the Florida Marlins over the weekend.
They are falling apart.
First time ever.
Yeah.
And the Yankees franchise has a winning percentage against every Major League Baseball franchise except the Florida Marlins.
But that's the first time the Marlins ever swept them.
Yep.
But they do have a losing record, too.
They're 24-24 all time.
Yeah.
But against every other Major League franchise, the Yankees have a winning record against.
That's hard to believe.
But the Marlins are their kryptonite. They're 24-24 against the Marlins.
Because the Dodgers, the last two World Series, last year in 81, the Dodgers won both of those. What is the record against Dodgers? Any idea?
Oh, it's all time. So it would go back
Yeah.
to Brooklyn and
Yeah.
all those games and
yeah,
everything. So,
yeah.
I mean, I can check all-time record here. But
I mean,
I just saw that stat coming off the sweep, and everybody's on Aaron Boone right now.
Oh, he's getting killed.
Yeah.
And they're going to miss the playoffs, right?
I don't know about that.
Aren't they?
They could be a wild card team. There's three wild card teams.
Right now, the Yanks are 5.5 back of the Blue Jays.
Yeah,
in that
that's
division.
to win the division.
Yeah.
But Boston's got the lead. I know this because it was at Fenway and everybody was talking about it. But
In the
they've
wild
got
card.
in the wild card. Yeah.
But I think the Yankees are still borderline wild card team.
How about Boston? I mean, they just brought up guy after guy I've never heard of at the plate. I mean, I'm sitting there watching like Alex Bregman I've heard of, but like
You got Buehler on the hill, right?
Yeah, Buehler was on there. It was not good, but he got the win. But
we had
they,
the Red Sox.
Yeah, they were just bringing up guy after guy after guy. And by the way, let me go old man for a minute. I get to go to one game in my life at Fenway. I don't know if I'll ever be back at Fenway. I'd love to go back. It's a fantastic experience. And they wear those stupid uniforms, those blue and yellow uniforms.
Yeah, city game.
Yeah, and I was telling my wife, but they had worn the green ones the night before, the green monster ones. And I'm like, that is a classic uniform. I want to see it one time in my life just in person. And they wear these stupid uniforms.
No reason to go back.
I mean, I guess I got to go back to Fenway now. Just see that uniform in person.
Central State Bank bringing you part of the show here. I'll get to help with the introduction into the Shelby County Hall of Fame again coming up in October. Central State Bank's a big part of that, big part of the community, and they've been doing it locally for years.
Yeah, like you said, they used to be out on the outfield fence there when you were playing baseball down in Shelby County. A bank that truly gets you. That's who Central State Bank is. 6 locations across Shelby County, 1 in Alexander City. Central State Bank offers products and services designed to meet a wide range of individual and commercial needs because no two needs are the same. With more than 100 years of service, Central State Bank, proud to be large enough to serve you, but small enough to know you. Rooted in the community, driven by relationships, it is Central State Bank, member FDIC.
By the way, if you're a Cubs fan, looking pretty good. Home game tonight on TBS, night game at Wrigley with the Reds, who are still fighting for a wild card spot. Reds and Cubs, who knew how important that would be in August. 7 o'clock on TBS tonight. Forrester had a chance to swing by the Moody Cracker Barrel. We'll talk about the redesign of Cracker Barrel later in the show. They've got a different look on the inside. It's weird. It's just weird to change Cracker Barrel. But let's spend some time with Clay Travis.
Well, I tell you, you remember the story?
Yes, this is the guy that ordered trout once at Cracker
Rainbow
Barrel.
trout. I'm going to pull over on the side of the road on I-20 and get some rainbow trout from Cracker Barrel.
Outkick founder Clay Travis, orderer of rainbow trout at Cracker Barrel. Did you think they pulled it? They pulled it out of the stream behind?
Well, in my defense, I mean, it may be worse, actually, the defense. It was salmon from Denny's.
No,
I think you've done both.
You've done trout from Cracker Barrel. You've told the story before.
You've done both.
I'm sure I've done trout from Cracker Barrel too, but that doesn't feel as bad to me as salmon from Denny's.
Yeah, what were you thinking there? Why did you go salmon at Denny's?
I think partly it was location. Now, my wife would make fun of me because I ordered the beef tips at IHOP as well, which is probably not a great decision. But I think we were in the Pacific Northwest. My recollection on this is driving from Seattle to Vancouver. And I was thinking, man, salmon sounds good. And, I probably should have maybe ordered it from somewhere other than Denny's. But yeah, that was my choice. So there's not many people who've probably done trout at Cracker Barrel and salmon at Denny's, but I'm in that illustrious group.
Elite company there.
Hey, what is your expectation? We were talking about Josh Heupel in the quarterback position and how they're blurring out quarterbacks right now at camp, not trying to tell you who's doing what. What would you consider a good year this year for Tennessee?
9-3. I think the challenge on 9-3 is most people would say if you go 9-3, that would mean you lose to Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, which I would say are probably the 3 best teams on the schedule. But I think if you looked at Heupel at that point, you would say, I believe I'm correct, 11-2, 8-4, 10-3. 9-3 with a good chance to win a bowl game, maybe an outside chance to sneak in the playoff, depending on how everything else goes and all the other major conferences. But I think that would be you're kind of establishing that the floor of the program is around 9 or 10 wins, which is a big difference. And he's putting together, I think, some really good talent going forward. And I think you factor in. Look, Tennessee's 18 in the coaches poll, if I'm not mistaken. I think probably if Nico had come back, they're 10, 9, something like that. I don't think you guys would think that's a crazy projection because there would have been a lot of optimism for Nico in year 2 coming off the playoff, top 10 caliber season last year. I think Tennessee probably would have been top 10 preseason-ish. So I think 9-3 would be good. Look, the game to me is that September 13th game against Georgia, because Georgia is the only team that Heupel hasn't beaten in the SEC that's a regular opponent so far. And in Knoxville with a Georgia team that I think there are a lot of questions about as well. That's one that I think you kind of put a star on. I expect Tennessee to lose in the Swamp. And now they're playing that game in late November, so who knows what's going to happen with Lagway's health and how Napier's team will be holding up. And then obviously at Alabama is going to be a tough one. But if you look at the rest of the schedule, I think worse than 9, certainly worse than 8 anything worse than 8-4 would be a real disappointment. I think 9-3 would be a reasonable outcome, and I think anything better would be a very positive, follow-up given a brand new quarterback.
Listen, LT has once asked a question about a guy's father who had passed away once with Ian Fitzsimmons live on the air. So I'm afraid to ask this straight out, but because I haven't checked. Phil Fulmer is still with us, right? He's still alive.
Yes.
I don't see him around Tennessee football from where I sit here in Alabama. Is Phil Fulmer still around Tennessee athletics, Tennessee football, or has he sort of been outcasted to the outer woods of Volunteer Nation?
I don't know if he goes to practice, for instance, and things like that, but I have seen him he goes to every home football game and is in, like the high-end donor suites.
So he's in good
around.
standing. He's in good standing with Tennessee Nation. Okay.
I think, shaking hands, posing for photos. His health has not been perfect. You guys can maybe look it up. I think Phil Fulmer's like 76 or 77 years old. He's not a young guy at this point in his career. So, I have seen him he's basically at every game, lives still in the Knoxville area. So I think he's, doing well as, someone who is over 75 years old and has a few health issues is doing in general.
74, yeah, Phil Fulmer.
Okay.
Yeah, this football season he'll turn 75, so yeah, he's 74, still with us, thankfully. Yeah. Clay Travis is with us as well. He is on the Alexander Shinora Trial Attorneys Hotline. Another former Tennessee coach, Derek Dooley, is running for Senate in the state of Georgia. And I had someone that covers the political scene in Washington, D.C. that I know, who actually texted me when it broke that Tommy Tuberville was going to run for governor. And he was like, what is Tommy thinking? And I was like, he'll easily win. He's like, yeah, I know, but senators don't have to work. That is the easiest job in America. Governors actually have to work. Is that easy of a job, being a senator, do you know?
Well, I think the frustrating thing about being a senator is you don't really control very much about what happens. That's what I have heard talking to a bunch of those guys. Is a lot of times you end up a senator after you've been in a position where you've been, let's say, a CEO, or you've been a leader of some sort of organization. Tommy Tuberville obviously led a football team, where you actually get to be the decider on a lot of questions. And the frustrating thing about the Senate role is you're more advising and consenting than you are driving policy. And so if you're governor, I think governors can kind of be as outspoken and busy on their schedule as they possibly want to be. I think different states have different powers vested in the chief executive of the state. So some states have very strong executive branch functions. Others have relatively weaker. So I do think there's a variation there, but you are the decider. When you are the governor of a state, you make a lot of decisions that everybody has to react to. It's an executive branch role, whereas, like I said, the Senate is an advise and consent role. So that's the biggest way and the easiest way that I would describe the distinction.
Speaking of politics, there was a time in our life where sex toys were outlawed in the state of Alabama, and now people are chunking them onto the court at WNBA games. You find that a little odd?
I do.
Well,
yes.
I
find that odd.
Well, I'm just laughing thinking about LT back in the day when he had his van that he drove around just selling sex toys all over Alabama.
Black market. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the ice cream van of dildos.
What song did that van play?
Yeah.
Pour some sugar on
probably
me.
Ride My Pony. I would say I think it's hysterical. I just think it is I don't know. I think over 20 million people looked at the clip I shared of an offshore sports book that had laid odds on what color the next dildo to be thrown at a WNBA game was going to be. And I don't go into mentions very often unless I expect them to be funny, because people can just end up arguing about whatever their opinions are, or whatever else. Every dildo WNBA related story that I share, I don't know if you guys have gone into the mentions. They are just unbelievable comedy pyramids. I mean, people are just diving in and giving their absolute best jokes. And, I do have the sense of humor of a 14-year-old. So when I roll through, I click like on a lot of them. But, I mean, many of them make me laugh out loud. So I love everything about this story. I think we need more stories like these that are not very serious. Like, I guess it gets serious if one of the girls takes a dildo to the side of the head and gets a concussion or something. So I hope that doesn't happen. But otherwise, I mean, look, we've had in Nashville, where I am, throwing catfish on the ice became a big thing, a way to get a team fired up. Obviously, in Detroit, the octopus has, and you talk about difficult to smuggle in, catfish or octopus, way more difficult than a dildo. So, I mean, and obviously hat tricks, you throw hats on the ice or whatever. There's a long history of people throwing things onto the court. I think this is just absolutely hysterical.
All right, he is Clay Travis. You can follow him on social media at Clay Travis, founder of Outkick. You see him on Fox as well. In fact, that's why he was a little bit delayed today, just wrapped up on Fox News. So you can see him there frequently. Clay, thank you very much for the time. Have a great week.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Thanks a lot.
Our buddy Clay with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
And the show being brought to you today in part by our great friends at Gutter Cap. Had a chance to talk to C-Stu last night. Gutter Cap can help you add some great value to your home right now.
Yeah, cap it, don't snap it. 205-823-2212. Ask for Chris Stewart. Tell him the Next Round sent you. Absolutely free estimate. Incredible deal for all of the Next Round listeners out there. Again, it's a dirty, dangerous job. Last thing you want to do is get on the roof. You slip, you fall, you snap the neck and die. No good to the wife or kids. Cap it, don't snap it. Gutter Cap is a patented aluminum cover system. It fits over most existing gutters. It will keep all the debris out. 205-823-2212 or guttercapbirmingham.com.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
It is the first college tailgate party of the season. Boiling and Bragging, Saturday, October 16th, 6 to 8:30 in Mountain Brooks Crestline Village near O'Neill Library. Come enjoy great food, kids games, live music, and support your favorite team at Boiling and Bragging. This annual event benefits the Critical Care Transport Team at Children's of Alabama. Saturday, August 16th, 6 to 8:30 p.m. in Mountain Brooks Crestline Village. For more information, visit boilinginbragging.org. That's the letter N, boilinginbragging.org.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Hey friends, if you're looking to expand your business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us at sales@nextroundlive.com to be part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential consumers on our ever-expanding platform. Let the Next Round help take your business to the next level. Get more information by emailing us at sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level with the Next Round. Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
As we all know, there's no off season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Auburn, join us over on thebarnauburn.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on thebarnauburn.com.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Back with you at the Next Round, ready for football season. 18 days away from week 0.
Oh, boy.
Just 18 days away from live American tackle college football. And there's an event here that's been getting us ready for college football, LT, that you're part of for a long, long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. It is really the first college tailgate party of the season. It is always bowling and bragging, located right there. Crestline Village, right outside of our friends from Odie's, outside of the O'Neill Library. And we've got a couple of our favorites. Mindy and Jason are in studio. Where are we going to start?
Who wants to go first? Mindy, you want to go first?
Sure, I can go first.
Okay. Oh, good to see you both again, first of all.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Jason
Appreciate
is
it.
director of the critical care transport team, so you can tell he's in the what do you call that?
That's our
jumpsuit?
our flight suit.
Flight suit. That's what I was looking for. I almost said jumper.
Yeah, I said jumpsuit. The
yeah.
one thing as a pilot you don't want it to be is a jumpsuit, right?
You do not want it. So, and Mindy is with Children's of Alabama. So first of all, Mindy, step up. Tell us just why this is an important event for you guys.
Sure. This is an important event in the community every year. It brings together Children's of Alabama, Rotary District 6860, and just the community to support the critical care transport team at Children's of Alabama, but also to kick off football season. And so we're going to have over 10 different schools represented. We have family fun for everybody. There's food, drinks, kids activities, something for everyone.
Yeah. The first thing you got to know, though, is how to get the tickets. Tell me how to get tickets.
So you can get tickets on the website, which is boilingandbragging.org, or you can just come and show up at the door next Saturday for sure.
Okay, so one of the things that I love, you mentioned the 10 schools, and I was going through the little Huggies, and I was getting one out for the pool the other day, and I had the Missouri Huggy, and I was like, I got this at Bowling and Bragging. Do we have any unique schools this year that are going to show up? I mean, you've always got your Alabama, Auburn. I know Mississippi State's always out there. UAB is represented, but anybody kind of outside that is very interesting, that is new maybe to the event?
I'm not sure that are new, but we definitely have all over Alabama for sure will be represented.
All right, well, let's talk to Jason. Jason, as you can see, is in the flight suit. That's what we call this, Jim, the flight suit.
Not the jumpsuit.
Not the jumpsuit.
Old change suit, whatever. Jiffy Lube.
Yeah, so you're in that because of what, a lot of people see a lot of times, the helicopter that is flying downtown and is landing at Children's Hospital, and you live that every day.
Yeah. We, me along with my other medical crew members, I got nurses and respiratory therapists that are traveling out, transporting some of the sickest kids back to Children's of Alabama, by not just a helicopter, but by medical jet and by ground ambulance as well when weather's poor. So yeah, we're we're doing. I say we, and I say that collectively with our medical crews. They're doing some pretty amazing work out there, and I'm proud of them.
Yeah, you should be.
We've always tried to time the flyover after we do the national anthem. It never works, so I don't even know if we try it anymore. I know weather is always a factor for you guys as well, and when we're outdoors in August in Alabama, you never know what's going to happen because we've had rain or shine, and that's important for people to know, rain or shine. We're going to be doing this event. But the flyover is really cool, and how you guys do that, and all the kids wave, and it's just an awesome event.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot again this year. Again, weather pending and other factors, and again, whether or not we're out on a flight for a critical patient. So, unfortunately, these days we've been pretty busy. Summer's been a little rough on us.
I wonder why. Why so? Do you know?
I don't know. It ebbs and flows. I think it just has peaks and valleys with everything. But we've had some high acuity this summer with our kiddos, but our crews have done well hanging in there, and we're proud to be here.
How far have you guys traveled before to transport a kid to Children's?
Our typical range is going to be within Alabama in the southeast. The helicopter has a range of about 250-mile radius out of Birmingham, and there's some factors that play into that. But with our friends at UAB, we work with their medical jet, so we can travel farther if we need to. Again, typically in the southeast, but we have gone as far as the west coast. We've gone international, but it's been a while.
Jason's the guy that a couple of years ago when we did this interview, and they do this every year, and we really appreciate it. But I'm like, when I see your helicopter landing at Children's, I always like to think they're bringing an organ in to save a kid's life. And Jason's like, yeah, that's not it.
No organ.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, so it is always an unfortunate situation. I mean, that's just the truth of it.
Yeah, it is. We've had some children this week with some critical airways, some really difficult respiratory distress. Some metabolic issues with diabetes have been really, really sick. We've had some traumatic injuries, and I guess my least favorite, some neglect and abuse cases.
Oh, God.
Wow.
It's terrible.
Mindy, the fine folks at Children's of Alabama, you guys rely on so many great organizations, and I don't want you to pick favorite, but I know the folks at the Rotary have helped you guys millions of dollars over the years, and so many volunteers. Just tell us about that partnership and why the folks at the Rotary are so important to you guys.
Sure. So this is our 16th year for Bowling and Bragging, and we couldn't do it without Rotary District 6860. And Jason also couldn't have some of the equipment that he has and other things without them as well. So the community support means so much when it comes to Jason's team and others in the hospital to be able to fund different programs to take us to that next level, to keep us going, to be able to help us buy a new ambulance and other equipment that Jason needs. So we really need that support.
And I know on the website you can donate year round. It doesn't have to be during this event. You can go donate anytime. Same with Children's of Alabama. And we have such a unique, I used to do the telethons. We don't do telethons anymore. So it's important for the events like this to raise money year round, right?
Yes, it is important to raise money year-round because, as Jason said, we're serving kids not just in the state of Alabama, but really the Southeast and beyond. And we want to be able to be at our best, and we want to be able to serve all the kids that come in our doors no matter what. And in able to do that, we have the community that helps us.
So I don't know what Jason, you got your pilot's license, but did you have any idea that this would be your calling? I mean, what was the progression from then into you becoming a pilot for the Children's Care Flight?
Well, respectfully, I am not a pilot. So,
okay.
I'm a nurse. So I graduated nursing school in 1995. If that gives any relevance to that, we have a great group of pilots. So I'm one of the caregivers that are in the back. So our pilots are pretty cool about saying we'll handle stuff up front, you guys handle stuff up back, and let's don't mix those two.
Well, you're more
together.
important than the pilot.
Don't mix those two. Yeah. Don't second guess my
landing. I get a lot of that, though. No worries.
Yeah. Don't second guess my landing. I won't second guess the care. Right?
No, I'm always complimentary of our guys' landings. We tell them that's smooth as butter. Thanks.
Well, Dunaway always says it. That's really the only part of the flight that matters, right?
Yeah. The most important part of being a pilot is the landing.
That's right. You're going to land one way or the other.
Just make it upright.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So boilingandbragging.com. That is the letter, or .org, I'm sorry. Boilingandbragging.org, the letter N. That's where you can get all the information. Lance, you'll be out there.
I will be out there. Rockstar, I assume, is going to be doing the music
again. Doing the anthem again?
Yes.
Okay.
He's doing the anthem and then music the rest of the night.
And we'll have the fight songs, which is always fun. We sporadically do those. And we take some jabs at certain people. The Nebraska jab never worked a couple of years ago, but always fun.
Yeah. And thanks to the Rotary, Odie's that helps out, and one of our proud sponsors, Odie's, is a big part of it as well.
Yeah, I mean, all the tenants there, they've done a great job of just allowing their parking lot to be completely taken over.
Yes, we're very excited, and we are moved towards the Emmett O'Neill Library, so we're able to have lots of parking for everybody and lots of space for the event.
Yep. All right, fantastic. For all the information, bowlinginbragging, the letter N.org, bowlinginbragging.org. Always good to see you guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we appreciate
James
it.
Spann said it's going to be sunny and 78.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's actual fall weather.
I'm making that up.
Yes.
Don't hold me to that. James Spann's got his own weather app now. Go see what the forecast will be up to the minute there at the Boiling and Bragging. Show today being brought to you by our fine friends at Hemp Hill Services. Tell us about Hemp Hill.
205-229-20. They want to make sure you've got consistent climate throughout your house at that 70 degree. Make sure whether you have any plumbing, heating, or cooling issues in your home or business, they are ready to serve you at Hemp Hill Services, 205-229-2090. For more information, you can always go online, hemphillservices.com.
All right, now to our Bo Tender moment of the day, Brownie. You tell us about Bojangles in a second. Forster was in one, I believe, yesterday, because he sent me a picture. I'd given him a video from Coach Doug's on Twitter. Forster, describe to me what you saw when you walked in for breakfast all day at Cracker Barrel this week. What has happened in our Cracker Barrels in America?
Okay, so first I'll show what you sent me, Coach Doug's post. So
Okay.
I was kind of expecting to see the full
Makeover.
white out in the Cracker Barrel.
Looks more like a lake house than,
It does,
than the old barn.
Yeah, it looks like a Pottery Barn took over Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, boy, the olds aren't going to like that.
This is what happens when you start serving mimosas.
It does not look like a Cracker Barrel to me.
It does not. I would agree with Jim completely. I used to feel like I was kind of eating in a barn, and you'd occasionally have a sickle hanging on the wall, or you'd have a wagon wheel.
For some reason, I always felt like I was eating in Gatlinburg.
Yeah,
I'm kind of with you on that. Yeah.
Fortunately, the our location,
Oh,
all they really did was throw some paint on the wall and
kept all the farm tools.
put all the stuff back.
Yeah, all
right
the
back.
farm tools are back up there.
Yeah, well, that's what I was hoping for. That's yours in Moody?
That is the one in Moody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep that American flag up here like that. They
That's
show
right.
white
Still got
walls.
the shotgun on the wall.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Deer head.
And farm tools my great grandfather would have used.
The last time I went to a Cracker Barrel, GG South was our GM.
God, Lance, that's like 8 GMs ago.
It was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I tell you what, man, they got killer chicken and dumplings. Their chicken and dumplings are fantastic.
I for whatever reason, I just don't go.
Well, I'm not a big breakfast guy.
Oh, I love
my wife, and this is, we were on the road all last week, and it's not a battle at all, but it's just one of those things where she loves breakfast. If I never ate breakfast again in my life, I'd be fine.
Oh man, I had some blueberry pancakes there last night. They were awesome.
Oh, so you did do breakfast all day?
I did.
Yeah.
I usually go with meatloaf because they have really good meatloaf.
They do.
But I went some blueberry pancakes.
The three best items are the pancakes. I like the biscuits and gravy. I like the country fried steak. I like chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and dumplings, that's 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the meatloaf.
You started
And
at
the
3,
meatloaf.
that's 5.
So is there anything else on the menu I don't like?
What do you not order, Jim?
I mean,
The
that's
trout?
what I ordered right there.
You and Clay?
That's our tender moment, brought to you by our friends at Bojangles.
Yeah, I tell you one breakfast I do like is that Bojangles chicken filet on those Bowberry biscuits. That's freaking amazing. Bojangles, great place to go for lunch too. If you like a good dipping sauce and a great chicken tender to go with it, I got great news for you. They got plenty of them at Bojangles. 7 sauces that will add a little extra flavor to every bite. Nothing pairs better with the sauces than the hand-breaded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard. You want some tang, try barbecue. You want some heat, try creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. If you're craving smooth and creamy, the house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, classic Bo sauce, ready and waiting. So head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's Bo time.
And that gets us to our 4 downs today. LT has that ready for us. And we always start with...
First down.
So more wins over the next 2 years. J.J. McCarthy at Minnesota or the newest quarterback at Michigan, Bryce Underwood?
How many years?
2 years.
Boy, I mean, J.J. McCarthy's struggling in camp. I don't know what we make of that, Jim.
Well, they're saying that, Underwood's not the guy yet.
He will be.
but he will be eventually if he's not in week 1. I'm gonna go J.J. McCarthy, LT, still. With Justin Jefferson, the weapons there, the offensive system that apparently is so easy, Sam Darnold can do it.
It's a good point. I know Sam Darnold was kind of shipwrecked in the Jets franchise, but Kevin O'Connell is one of the best offensive coaches out there. On the other side, your former head coach and Brian Flores is one of the best defensive coordinators. So they've got really almost top 5 units on both sides of the ball. If he just doesn't shit the bed, I think it's 9 or 10 wins at least for Minnesota, and I think that's going to be really difficult in year 1 for Bryce Underwood, and then year 2 we'll see what happens. But JJ should be much better in year 2 as well. So I'm going to go JJ too.
I think I'm going to go Bryce Underwood.
Explain why.
Well, I think Michigan, you can easily in the NFL end up in an 8-win situation and not be that bad of a team. I think 8 wins, and I know I'm saying this after they just haven't done it, but I think 8 wins might be the floor for Michigan over the next 2 years. So I think you're talking about an easy situation to fall into in the NFL, 8-win season, and the floor for Michigan. So I'm going to take the floor for Michigan and say Underwood. Now, as I say that, Michigan goes 7-5, and I could be like, okay, well, obviously 8 wins wasn't the floor. But I feel like with Underwood, and he's sight unseen too. I'm taking a guy, I know at least what J.J. McCarthy was in college. I don't know what he is in the NFL, but sight unseen with Underwood, I'm still going to bet on him.
Second down.
Patrick Ewing, 63 today. Anthony Edwards, 24. Ultimately better career.
Well, Ewing never got the championship, and that is always going to be something. He's kind of like Dan Marino in the fact that that always gets tagged with him. And it was in college too, right? He didn't win one in college.
No, he won one in 84.
He won one in 84.
Yeah.
And then they got upset by NC State in 85.
Yeah, that's so the college careers. Anthony Edwards didn't even get Georgia to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
And it was a one and done situation. He did go 1 overall like Patrick Ewing did. Patrick Ewing was so decorated at Georgetown, but he was only an all-NBA first teamer 1 time in his career, which is really hard to believe when you think about that. He was on the Dream Team, which I know you always go to that.
Yeah, is that because was Elijah Wan playing then?
Yeah.
Who was playing then? Elijah
Wan.
And there was only
David
one
Robinson.
center. There was only one center. Yeah. That's a tough group
Yeah.
to crack.
And then Shaq came into the mix pretty soon after that.
Yeah, and you had a little guy named Jabbar bleeding in before that. I'm going to say Patrick Ewing was iconic. And all due respect to Anthony Edwards, and I know they're young and they're put together, that may be his only one. And it was a group thing, and it was Oklahoma City. It just wasn't New York. I'm going to say ultimately better career Patrick Ewing, because even though he didn't actually win the NBA championship, it was in New York City. They had really good teams. Georgetown in college, when college basketball was so well watched back then, and the Dream Team, give me Ewing.
Well, I just correct you real quick. He does play for the T-Wolves.
T-Wolves.
Yeah.
Okay, so he wasn't with Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but he did go against them in the Western Conference Finals, and there is a lot of upside. I agree with you, though. I think, when you look back at the greatest players in Knicks history, I think Patrick Ewing would be number 1, right?
Some people would say Walt Frazier, I guess, but to me, it's Patrick
I would
Ewing.
go Ewing, yeah.
John Starks gets
Yeah,
conversation.
Ewing's in front of him, though. Yeah, I would definitely go Ewing, your best Nick of all time.
And so now that I've got the right NBA team for Anthony Edwards, easily Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Ewing, too. And I do need to clean it up. It was Villanova that beat him. NC State beat Houston, Phi Slamma Jamma. It was Villanova that beat him in 85. But I will go Patrick Ewing on that one.
Third down.
Weird question here, but John Olerud is 57. When I think John Olerud, what do you guys think of?
I think of the guy that wore the helmet on the field.
Safety helmet, yeah.
Okay, so I was going to ask you guys, what is the weirdest accessory an athlete has ever had that you remember? Like, I remember Chris Sabo and the goggles and Horace Grant the goggles.
Moses Malone, he used to pull them up on his forehead when you shoot free throws.
Yeah, but the goggles are one thing. The helmet on field was really strange. Is there anything else that jumps out?
Before we had the Halo helmet, there was a player that had double helmet.
I remember that.
And
Don Beebe.
Don Beebe.
Yep. Don Beebe with the Bills. Yep.
So that looked different, looked weird.
Man, what is his brain like now?
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, he used to wear that. It was a massive helmet. It was a helmet, and they put a helmet on top of it.
Yeah.
And it looked really, really weird.
Yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Tyler's
Yeah.
pulled it.
And it was so big because it was double helmet.
That's
it
right.
It made him look like he was going to topple over as he ran, or tump over, as I used to say in Alabaster.
He looked like a bobblehead running down the field.
He really did. Those little memes that you have now on social media where the kids are, the athletes are shrunk down and they're basically little kids running. That's what he looked like. It wasn't an accessory, but I lived as a kid in a day when the Oakland Raiders hands, Biletnikoff, and then their DBs, their hands were just covered in stickum. And that was such a weird look, because I think Biletnikoff had cut off long sleeve t-shirt that he wore a lot, and it would always be mucked up with stickum and stuff.
Like
and,
snot.
Yeah, DBs, I can't remember their names.
Lester Haynes.
Haynes, yeah. That it was not technically an accessory, but they had so much stickum that it looked like a messy game.
I wonder what works better, the stickum or the tack gloves now that they've got.
I would imagine the tack gloves do, because it's
almost like a puzzle piece for the ball.
It's consistent.
Yeah.
Right. It's consistent. Like it grips in the right place and it's more widespread. You had to have that stickum exactly right. And to me, in memory, it seems like at some point it was illegal, so they were sort of hiding it.
Yeah. The late Payne Stewart used to, I guess this is an accessory. He used to wear the knickers and the tam o' shanter, I believe is how you
And remember, wherever because I know wanted him to, and I don't know if they ever had a tournament in L.A. I guess
Open,
they
yeah,
did.
LA
I just
Open.
don't ever remember him wearing the Rams colors, but he would always wear the nearest NFL team colors.
The reason is, I think, weren't they in St. Louis at the time though, when he was in his prime?
I mean, they went to St. Louis in '94, so
yeah, I mean that was in his prime, because he died in '99. Is that right?
Yeah,
I think it was '99. He died, maybe. So what Lance is referring to is he wore those very loud NFL colors because NFL was a sponsor of his. It was a weird sponsorship, and on Sunday, whatever geographically the nearest NFL team was to wherever they were playing, he'd wear those team colors. Which at Doral, they played at Doral. He always had the Dolphins one on at Doral down in Miami. I used to love that. But the LA Open, I would imagine he wore the Rams.
I just don't ever remember him having Rams colors.
Maybe
on.
the Raiders were the closer of the two teams at the Coliseum.
I'm looking through it now. I haven't found a Rams yet.
It was a pretty cool thing. Like you'd always.
No, I would tune in.
You
for
got
it.
creamsicle on there?
Yeah.
What now?
Any Tampa Bay Bucks?
I remember him wearing a Bucks. Yeah, I think at some point he wore every franchise. So there were 30 franchises then. I think he wore all 30. But on Sunday he would wear the one closest to the course they were playing.
4th down.
Neil Armstrong would have been 95. Ultimately, better career, Neil Armstrong or Neil Peart?
Neil Peart's the drummer for Rush.
Yeah.
And
I'm not a Rush guy at all, but I mean, some people consider him, a lot of people consider him the best drummer of all time.
Like Adam can say I was the first person to step on Earth. Other than Adam, Neil Armstrong's the only other person in human history that can say I was the first person to step on another.
Okay. Let me ask you this, though.
It's not a
serious
planet.
question. Would you rather be known as the greatest drummer in the history of drumming or the first person to step on the moon?
First person to step on the moon, and here's why. Neil Peart kept having to tour year after year after year. Once Neil Armstrong did that, his speaking engagements, I bet he made a bundle in speaking engagements. But in terms of what the money was then.
I'm sure.
And I don't know how soon he retired after that from NASA.
Yeah, again, I'm not a Rush guy at all. Don't like Rush. But he is considered the greatest drummer of all time, is he not? Or one of them?
Yeah, he's widely considered to be the greatest, if not Mount Rushmore of drummers.
So, but have you ever thought of it that way? Like Adam was able to say, I'm the first person ever to step on Earth.
But I think Earth is a much bigger deal than the moon.
I agree, but it went thousands or tens of thousands of years before anybody else could have ever said it, and Neil Armstrong was the next guy to say it. Like, I'm the first person to ever step on Earth.
But assuming that Neil went.
Oh, I'm a believer in the moon landing.
And look, and I am so different when it comes to space. Yeah, and there is that contingency out there that doesn't even believe it ever happened. But you were talking about if you had Jet and you had Sweet going to Ohio State, Texas. Like if you had a free ride to the moon right now.
No interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, not unless I'm guaranteed
Even if you're guaranteed safety.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like 4 days out, 4 days back. I mean, I don't even like driving to the beach at
Boy,
Destin.
and I'll tell you, I think it beats the shit out of my body like flying to Vegas.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
I know,
a moon
4
mission?
days, yeah.
Woo.
And you got to eat that bad space food and pee in a tube.
Yeah,
I don't want to do all that.
Get any good food
Yeah.
at any point on that trip
absolutely.
Drinking Tang.
Yeah.
That's the closest one I can come to.
That's
him in the Rams gear, but that looks like it's the British Open.
Yeah, he's at St. Andrews.
Yeah.
Were y'all the closest team to St. Andrews?
I don't think so. I mean, I would think that's the Buffalo Bills.
I know the Rams moved around a lot.
Yeah.
I don't remember y'all playing in London.
Yeah, but I can't. I just searched.
No, that's very
Payne Stewart's
close.
Rams and stuff, and cannot find one. All
Krusty says he'd go to the moon in a heartbeat.
I mean, that's what's so interesting about this, and I think it's about 1 out of 10. But some people are still so fascinated with space travel, they would sign up tomorrow.
See,
I wouldn't mind going into space. I wouldn't want to go to the moon.
Oh,
there's just nothing out there. So,
there's a lot.
I mean, I think it would be cool to look back down at Earth from that point of view.
Did you just say there's nothing out there? There's a lot out there. Space is full of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't have a Buc-ee's, Jim, but there's a lot out there.
And it keeps getting bigger, too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of silence.
No, it is silent.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to be by yourself. It's not a solo trip.
I don't like silence.
Yeah, hey, no silence at these Rush concerts.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like silence. That's 4 Downs today. Show being brought to you in part by our great friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. They bring you this final hour of the show as we just click past 11 o'clock Central Time here in Birmingham as we do the show live. No matter what time it is when you're watching it, you can go by and see our friends at Champy's for lunch or dinner. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Sterling and his family have been at that same location for over a decade, giving you a taste of that Delta magic with those Delta recipe tamales and all the great sides. Not only is Champy's perfect for all your tailgating this football season, you can choose Champy's for your next party at work, or whether it's a wedding or a birthday or whatever. Just a great moment. You can share it with great food, great people, all at Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster, online at champyschicken.com.
At 205-734-0923.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
The World Wide Web is a large place. Find all your favorite people and content in the same spot. NextRoundLive.com is full of wonderful tidbits about the show you know and love. Find our gear, listen to your favorite personalities, follow our socials, and enjoy your trip to NextRoundLive.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Do you need some refreshed college wear to represent your team this year? Shop Roback's Game Day collection that includes both Alabama and Auburn. From quarter zips to hoodies, Roback has it all. Get 20% off on us using code TNR20 at roback.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live is dedicated to giving you daily news conferences and practice video from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and around college football. Follow and compare to the sites you used to visit. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Daily Show. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. See more at nextroundlive.com.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, we continue with the final hour of the show now. Brought to you in part by our friends at Breakline. Brownie's going to put on those glasses right now, and we could have something fun on the social platform a little bit later on this week when it comes to Breakline.
Indeed. Our friends Breakline Optics. Let me tell you about these glasses I'm wearing and any glasses you buy from Breakline. These are molded, polarized Trivex lenses. Now, when I say all those words, that may mean nothing to you, but let me tell you what it means. These are some durable lenses right here. You can beat them with a hammer and not break them. These things are built to last, and that's what you get when you buy Breakline.
What does Scott Forrester think about that?
Scott Forrester is dubious, so we're going to prove it to Scott Forrester. He's like, a sledgehammer? I'm like, I don't know about a sledgehammer, Scott.
I'm skeptical.
He's skeptical. We're going to show him ourselves about these lenses at Breakline Optics.
Here's how skeptical.
It's the lenses, not the frames.
Not the frames, the lenses, yes.
We went to Scott yesterday and said, hey, can we film this after show? And he was like, well, sure, but what are you going to do when it breaks?
Yeah, well, it's not going to break, Scott.
Well, then we won't show you that part.
We'll edit that out.
Just like when I used to work with a guy, we would do the 18 toughest holes of Birmingham. What happens if I bogey? Well, we'll reshoot it.
That's right. They won't put that in the final cut. BreaklineOptics.com to see more. BreaklineOptics.com. Oh, I got to tell you about the special. Hang on. I just forgot about this. Give me 2 seconds, Jim. I'm sorry.
Right here on your screen?
Oh, it's right here on the screen. They've got a mystery box going on now. Tyler, this got Tyler's attention.
It did.
$89 gets you a $200+ mystery box. You can see more at BreaklineOptics.com. BreaklineOptics.com.
Brown, in that box, you'll get 1 pair of polarized sunglasses, 1 case and a cleaning cloth, 1 surprise bonus item.
Ooh.
Limited quantities there. When they're gone, they're gone.
That's right.
So you got to get them quick.
It could be a banana. It could be somebody's neighbor.
You have no idea, Lance. $89 though to find out that mystery box. BreaklineOptics.com. You want to see them for yourself. Deep South Outfitters, but always go online. BreaklineOptics.com.
Okay, before we jump back into football, the state of West Virginia. This would be better if it's moonshine, but it's not. The West Virginia football program. We put sponsorship on everything. They've got an official bourbon now, and it's made right there in West Virginia. It's called Let's Go Bourbon. Let's Go Bourbon. And they use the logo and everything. It's the official bourbon of Mountaineer football.
Oh, their fan base is like the tiger shark of fan bases. They'll drink and eat anything. Like, we don't care what's in this. Let's go.
Let's Go Bourbon is a bold 99 proof blend of straight bourbon whiskeys aged 5+ years and proudly crafted by Mountaineers. I think I'd have more respect if it was just straight moonshine.
Yeah.
Crafted by Mountaineers. They piss in it.
Lance knows this. Bama and bourbon, which we'll start back soon.
I've got to reach out. I've been thinking about this the last couple of days to Aaron Suttles and figure out when we're going to start this up. Probably week 0 or week 1.
I judge the bourbons 100% on the packaging. Lance will have the bourbons, and I'll be like, ooh, I like the packaging.
We made a mistake on one, Brown.
Oh, no. I'm frequently
on a few,
incorrect.
actually.
Yeah, I'm frequently the packaging doesn't look great, and Lance and Aaron will be like, no, actually, that's a really good bourbon.
Because on my vacation, I went to a bourbon trail, up in Louisville. Went to the Bourbon Trail, and I was in a place that wasn't a distillery. It was a place that just sold high-end bourbons, from good expensive bourbons to behind-the-glass bourbons that you could buy. And my buddies bought a couple of the behind-the-glass bourbons, but along the way, and I want to say the bottles was almost a little over $100. It was a version of the ones that look like wine bottles that they did Bama Bourbon on. Now, it may have been a lower end of the same name brand, but there was that one that looked like it was a bottle of wine, but it was bourbon. And I was like, I discounted that bourbon. I told the guys the story. I said, Lance and Aaron were doing Bama Bourbon with this company, and I hated it just because of the packaging, because it looked like a wine bottle.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, and I was like, there's no way this is good.
Yeah.
Turns out, I don't know if the one they tasted was good. Go back and watch all the Bama Bourbons, but there is a higher end version of that same brand there that looks like it's a bottle of wine, but it's bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that packaging.
Yeah, I
want
strictly
my
with
bourbon
that.
to look like bourbon.
I'm kind of with you, and I always judge it on the packaging, and sometimes Lance and Aaron will be like, you missed on this one. Sometimes they'll be like, hey, you were right on this one.
We'll talk SEC passing leaders and rushing leaders coming up in the next segment before trash, but I did want to get to a little NFL conversation here. When it comes to gambling and the changing point spread when a quarterback is injured or not injured. We've always asked, how much does it impact a betting point spread? There's a study out there with some facts behind it. After LT tells us about Dr. B, I will share that information with you and source it for you.
Dr. B, best in the business. Again, if you're starting to thin out like I was a few years ago, I asked around. Dr. Beckenstein is the name everyone mentioned. I made the phone call, 205-319-0316. For more than 20 years, women and men have turned to Dr. B for a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. He will use that experience, his advanced training and genetic testing to help his patients fully understand the procedures they are considering. T3's got that test. It's easy, it's painless, affordable, takes seconds to perform. Men, women ordering Hims, other products online, don't even know if they work. Stop wasting your money and critical time while you're losing your hair on treatments that aren't working for you. Go see Dr. B and find out what will work for you. 205-319-0316 or t3hair.net.
All right, so here's the deal. Going into the season, I'll give the guy who did the work, Ben Fawkes of Yahoo Sports, talked to 12 odds makers from 11 legal sports books in the United States. And what he was trying to do when moving a line based off of quarterback change, either QB1 is injured or QB2 takes over the job because QB1 is playing so bad, which quarterback would move the line the most in the NFL going into this season? Which quarterback, if he was hurt, changes the point spread the most from starter to backup in the NFL?
Well, it's going to be one of two guys. It's going to be Mahomes or it's going to be Josh Allen.
I was going to go Mahomes.
Yeah, I'll probably say Mahomes.
Josh Allen is one, Mahomes is second, so you nailed that, and they're virtually the same. Josh Allen moves the ATS 6.98 points from Josh Allen to Mitch Trubisky. So it would be almost a full touchdown point spread change.
Oh, yeah.
Mahomes to Gardner Minshew, 6.94.
You know, Minshew has been a better NFL quarterback than Trubisky.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that matters, but Minshew's been an effective starter at times. I don't remember Trubisky ever being an effective starter.
Minshew from, Jacksonville to, the Raiders, the Eagles. I mean, he's won games everywhere.
Yeah, he's made good starts, and I don't remember Trubisky doing anything.
No.
Did he ever make any quality starts?
He played well for one season with the Bears.
All right.
That's virtually a touchdown swing in an NFL game. That's huge,
a lot,
right?
Yeah. But I think you have such and what's crazy is these guys are all professionals and the best, 64 quarterbacks on the planet. But there is such a downgrade from QB1 to QB2 at the NFL level. It's not nearly that big of a drop with most college programs.
Yeah, we always talk about this with backup quarterbacks. There aren't 32 good NFL starters. So you're not going to have 32 good backups because you don't have 32 good starters. I mean, it's not too long that Will Levis was starting in this league.
Last year.
Yeah, last year. So you don't have 32 good starters.
You want to guess who number 3 is? You guys were easy on 1 and 2.
Number 3 on this list, I think, is going to be Joe Burrow.
Still over 6.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be Burrow or it's going to be Lamar Jackson. I am going to go Burrow, though.
It is Lamar Jackson, 6.65 to drop to Cooper Rush. That's a 6.65 change. Jalen Hurts to Tanner McKee is 6.34. And then we get under the 6-point mark to 5.60 Joe Burrow to Jake Browning.
Stafford to Garoppolo is probably not a big deal. And by the way, don't be surprised by the end of camp if Stetson Bennett ends up being QB2. He's playing well.
Wow,
tied
really?
for 16th, Matthew Stafford to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Tied for 16th. After Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert to Taylor Heineke is 6 for the Chargers. Number 7, Dak Prescott to Joe Milton of the Cowboys. Number 8, boy, if you watch that first exhibition game, you would disagree with this. It should be number 1. Jared Goff to Hendon Hooker. Boy, the two backups for the Lions,
not
Josh
great.
Allen and Hendon Hooker, looked like they couldn't get the team out of the freaking huddle.
Yeah.
They're 8th. Number 9, Jaden Daniels to Marcus Mariota with the Commanders. Number 10, C.J. Stroud to Davis Mills of the Texans.
Where's Tua?
Yeah, I was about to say, you look at the Dolphins' record with or without Tua.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Jordan Love is 11. Baker Mayfield is 12. I don't remember Kyle Trask ever playing. They picked up Teddy Bridgewater now.
Cleveland? Did Cleveland sign Bridgewater?
No, they signed Tyler Huntley.
Oh, that's right, Tyler Huntley. Yeah,
Buccaneers picked up
Buccaneers
Bridgewater.
got Bridgewater, yeah.
But Baker to Trask is 12. Tua to Zach Wilson is 13.
Which is, Zach Wilson's never played for the Dolphins. I mean, he is a new backup. It has been Teddy Bridgewater most recently, but it really hasn't mattered.
Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy, ironically 15th to Mac Jones. Seems like that wouldn't be that big of a drop. Then Caleb Williams, Matthew Stafford, Kyler Murray are tied at 16. 19 is Bo Nix. I wonder how long ago was Aaron Rodgers number 1. He's 20th now on this list. Aaron Rodgers to Mason Rudolph.
Probably 5 years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, again, Rudolph has had some decent starts in the NFL for the Steelers and the
He's still
Titans.
going to be most known for the Myles Garrett incident,
Oh,
right?
absolutely is, yeah.
The one that would move the point spread the least amount, 0.69 points.
Saints.
If they lose their QB1.
Because we don't know who QB1 is. I guess it's Spencer Rattler, but
It is Shuck to Rattler.
Okay.
Or you could go Rattler to Shuck. Doesn't really matter.
Less than 1 point, 0.85, Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, who released the depth chart yesterday, and they're listed both as QB1. They did the and/or, which we do a lot in college. Next up for that, just barely a point, 1.06, the Atlanta Falcons, Penix to Kirk Cousins.
Boy, it feels like more than that.
Yeah, but again, we really don't know about Penix. I think he's going to be really good, and I don't think Kirk Cousins is nearly as bad as he played last year.
Okay, so you think
it's pretty close?
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So that's just some of that NFL point spread stuff there. Bo Nix, by the way, to Jarrett Stidham, 2 Auburn quarterbacks in Denver, 19th on the list, would change the point spread 3.85 points, according to Yahoo Sports.
So you were telling me before the show or during a break one, the thinking behind Cleveland getting yet another quarterback. Nobody's got more quarterbacks in Cleveland. They went and got Snoop Huntley, who was recently also a Dolphins backup. What was the thinking behind that?
Just for camp reps.
Yeah, I mean, Pickett right now is hurt. Ironically, the only guy that is not banged up of the quarterbacks is Joe Flacco, the old
Right.
guy.
Well, and I saw earlier on ESPN, Shedeur Sanders has had 0 ones. He's not had a single snap of the ones in camp, which this far along in camp probably tells you a lot, right?
But isn't that going to be a fun exhibition
I
game
would-
to
yes.
watch the Browns?
Oh,
Anytime you get
yeah.
the Browns on
Yeah.
TV, they'll be fun to watch.
Well, I think
well,
a
they got
fun
15
prop,
quarterbacks.
a fun prop is which quarterback starts the most games for the Browns. Like, I got no idea.
I'd go Flacco. He's probably your betting favorite, right?
He would be your betting favorite, yes.
All right, so the new Any Given Saturday is out. I'll say Sunday every time I talk about this on Netflix. We'll talk about intensity and one of the guys who's star of episode number 1, Brian Kelly, in just a second. The show being brought to you today by our friends at New York Butcher Shop. Tell us about those great folks. LT, did you get by and get Jack some dinner?
We actually ended up going Ghetto Max last night, so we did not go by the New York Butcher Shop. But I did get a nice email from Jim, our friend at New York Butcher Shop, congratulating. He was like, I know it's a little belated, but congratulations on 1,000 shows. The New York Butcher Shop's been a big part of this since day one. one of the first sponsors on our new platform here. We appreciate everything they do, but take our word. Just drop by. You're going to be blown away with the quality. My buddy Drew Gambercurta goes by there every Saturday morning at the Cahaba Heights location and picks up steaks for him and his wife and daughter. The fresh meat, specialty items, those great deli sandwiches that you can get for lunch or dinner. Fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts. Rare quality, well-done service. 2 locations. It's the New York Butcher Shop.
All right, Brian Kelly, as LSU camp is into full swing. Brown, we talked earlier about the Bengals getting off to slow starts. LSU hasn't won a season opener since 2019. Been a long time since Brian Kelly has won one. Hasn't won one at LSU. That's why he's trying to turn up the intensity in this LSU camp.
I think intensity is, first of all, a mindset, and having the right guys that bring that intensity certainly helps. Then how do you create that, right? I think through recruiting, you create that intensity as well, and competition. So if you add all of those things together, look at the offensive line. You've got 5 guys competing for spots. So there is that piece where it brings out an intensity. When you're stirring it, right? You're stirring the drink and you put all the ingredients in there. Sometimes you really got to work hard at getting that intensity, and sometimes you just add water. This group is much more about just adding water. They have those traits, and they have that situation where there's so much competition. We haven't had that competition, quite frankly. They're the starter. It's hard to bring that intensity every day. So I would add those factors into why what you're seeing is actual and true.
This is by far and away the most difficult of those games, too, because, number one, you're not playing neutral site, which most of those 5 games have been neutral site. And number 2, Clemson's the best team. Now, they played that Florida State team that went undefeated with Jordan Travis. I don't know if you guys remember the way that game played out, but Florida State
crazy
curb stomped them in the second half. The year before was the one at the Superdome where they missed the extra points at the end. And LSU, actually, after losing that game, goes on and wins the West and plays in the SEC championship game. Brian Kelly's first season. But it was the next year when they just got drilled by Florida State. They ended up being a good Florida State team. But this is by far and away the most difficult of these 6 total games that they will have opened the season with, where they're 0-5 going into this one.
So 1 USC, 2 Florida State, 1 or 2 UCLAs? 1?
1.
1 UCLA.
You have to give me a second.
Yeah, no, 2 Florida States. It's only been 4.
I think they're for the 20, 21, 22,
It's UCLA,
23.
USC, and 2 Florida States.
But haven't they lost 5 straight, though?
Yeah, and Mississippi State was the other
State,
one.
yeah. It was Mike
Mississippi
Leach's
State.
first game at State.
Yeah, but that
COVID
was
year.
Ed Orgeron the beginning of the year.
Well, yeah, but it is LSU.
Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
LSU streak. Kelly is only responsible for 4 of them.
So Mississippi State,
Yeah.
USC, a couple of Florida States, and USC and UCLA.
I agree with Brown. This
Yeah,
is by
yeah.
far the most difficult.
Most difficult venue.
Yep.
Because that State game was at Tiger Stadium. The rest of those have been neutral sites.
Of all those 5 right there, which surprised you the most? For some reason, Mississippi State wasn't. It was that UCLA game out at the Rose Bowl.
I remember we had UCLA that night. That
did.
was just, it lined up perfectly.
You did. I did.
Yeah.
But the SEC, LSU's will beat them to death.
It was a small number. To me, it was just the way the Mississippi State game played out, because you were coming off arguably the greatest season in college football history.
Yep.
Nobody knew about Mike Leach. They were like, this is not going to translate to the SEC.
Can you do it at Mississippi State?
Delayed by the pandemic, right?
Yeah, it was 2020.
KJ Costello coming in from Stanford, weren't even sure he was going to be the starting quarterback. He gets the start, and he goes 525?
Scalded them. Just scalded LSU's defense.
But that showed you that Orgeron, after winning that national championship, had tapped out.
Yeah. But that game, I was like, okay, pandemic, Mike Leach.
Yeah.
Get him going for one game. Didn't Leach turn around and lose the next week?
Oh, yeah.
I think Arkansas shut them out or really limited them. They went from like 500 passing yards to 100. I mean, that was the problem with the air raid, is it could be 500 one week, and the next week it's, you score 3 points.
It was the UCLA one that surprised me the next year, and then the 2 Florida States, and then USC last year is a big part of episode 1 of Any Given Saturday there in the SEC. All right, when we come back, we will talk about overrated, underrated in the coaches poll. We've got trash. We've got SEC betting odds on passing and receiving leaders. A whole lot of college football still to go here on the show. That's brought to you by our friends at Bud Light, Adams Beverage here in town. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Back in a moment.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459 exit 31 Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Looking to expand your business? Let the Next Round help you. Contact us, sales@nextroundlive.com, and be part of the team. Advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platforms. The Next Round can take your business to the next level. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, while reaching the most desirable audience for your business. Get more information by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level using the Next Round.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
All right, Auburn fans, I want you to become a member of thebarnauburn.com and join in on the fun. Whether it's recruiting discussions, off-season chatter, or the latest Auburn athletics news, we've got it all. Get $25 off your annual subscription when you sign up for your account at thebarnauburn.com today. War Eagle.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
All right, trash coming up here in just a second. The college football coaches poll was out yesterday. We'll talk more about that in a second. But the show is brought to you in part today by our great friends at Champy's Chicken. ChampiesChicken.com, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Fantastic fried chicken. It's brined overnight. It's cooked to order with all the great homemade sides and dessert. Just look at that screen full of greatness right there. Champies is on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Great dining experience for food and drinks. Perfect happy hour. But also easy-to-go orders. All you have to do is ChampiesChicken.com to get the to-go orders. And don't forget the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champies Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster for all of your tailgate needs there. All right, top 25 coaches poll out yesterday. Before I ask you over and underrated, a couple of facts. Last team to be number one in the preseason coaches poll and in the season number one was?
I know Florida State did it in 99, but I think Alabama did it in, was it 2020?
2017, Alabama started one and finished one.
Almost didn't make the playoffs.
They were the last team to do it. That's right.
Yeah.
And then almost didn't win the game.
Yeah.
USC before that in 2004. Florida State before that in 1999. And Florida State before that in 1993. That's as far as USA Today took me back.
So Texas, who's never been preseason number one, has to now do something that almost nobody does. That's what you're telling me.
4 times since 1993.
Yeah.
Number one to number one. Out of the ordinary, Florida State was 12 when they won it in 2013. Auburn was 23 when they won it in 2010. So in 2003, LSU was 15th. So rarely do you come out of the top 10. Usually it's a top 6 ball game. Top 6 in the coaches poll is usually where your national champion comes from. So as you see on the screen, if you're watching us, Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, Georgia, Notre Dame, Clemson, cutoff line. Georgia, when they last won it, was 6. No, excuse me. Georgia was number one last year. They finished 6th. Georgia was number one the year before that. They finished 3rd. Alabama was number one the year before that. They finished 5th. Before that, Alabama was number one, finished 2nd. Before that, Clemson was number one and finished 3rd. Clemson was number one, finished 2nd. Alabama was number one, finished 2nd. That gets you back to 2017.
So some of these stats, like the one you mentioned about the cutoff, it's normally a top 6 game, are going to become less relevant with the expanded playoffs, obviously.
Right.
Because normally a top 6 game, because normally you had to be in the top 2 or the top 4 to play for the championship. But just last year, I know Ohio State started higher than this, but they were 8th.
That's right, when they went in.
So, you know, I mean, it's more and more teams are going to get in. Years ago, Ohio State would have been playing in the Citrus Bowl, right? More recently, they were playing in the New Year's Six Bowl, but there they were in the playoffs and won the whole thing. So I will be interested, if we revisit this 10, 15 years from now with the expanded playoff, how much does that line move?
Yeah. I wonder, but remember, last year was unique because Ohio State wouldn't have been where they were if we'd have seeded it properly.
True.
They would have probably been number 3 or 4.
I still don't think they would have lost.
I don't think they would have either.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have come from as far back, seemingly.
They just wouldn't have been 8th.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
They'd have been 3 or 4 going into that thing. Interesting. If I said most overrated on that screen there of the top 25 yesterday.
I think 9 are overrated, and I really don't have a lot of that are underrated.
So you've got 9 overrated.
Okay, let me see if I can find you're counting Penn State at 3. Is that your first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Texas.
All right, we're going to start early.
Texas. Okay, so Texas and Penn State on the first line for you. What's next? I want all 9 of yours.
I would go Miami at 10. I would go Arizona State at 11.
That's the one I was going to point out.
I would go
State.
Illinois at 12. I would go South Carolina at 13. I would go Michigan at 14. I would go Ole Miss at 15.
Well, you don't like that line
at
all.
I would go Tennessee at 18.
I would go Arizona State would be my first one. That is, drastically overrated.
Well,
I don't think they're going to have a great year. And then I'd go South Carolina at 13.
I think Arizona State's going to start with an L week 1. Is that Mississippi State? They play State week 1 or is that
week 2?
Is it week 2?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think State's going to beat them.
Yeah, I think State's going to beat them too.
See, I didn't hear you guys say that.
Yeah.
Last week on the show, we were talking about, I think it was Taylor and I, we did the 5 biggest out-of-conference wins.
Yeah.
Because we were playing off of what Clad had said. We got, the SEC's got some big out-of-conference games they need to win. and Taylor thinks Texas beats Ohio State, thinks, LSU beats Clemson. I didn't think either one of those happened. I think Ohio State and Clemson win those games. But I think Mississippi State beats Arizona State, and that's one of those where you go, look at the SEC. Mississippi State, 16th, just now beat a playoff team.
Yeah, I mean, I would think right now, I haven't seen an early number, and there might be one for this, but I bet Arizona State's only 3.5.
I can look. State opens at Southern Miss. Weird opening game for them at Southern Miss. Now, that's first game for Charles Huff at Southern Miss. I mean, if State doesn't run them out of the building, something is going wrong there.
Yeah, but how many? I haven't paid attention.
Okay.
I haven't paid attention. How many Marshall players did he take to Southern Miss? I assume none. That's more of a lateral move, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Same conference and everything.
But I don't know how scared I'm going to get about Marshall players.
Yeah, but I
know what you're saying.
Yeah, like James Madison to Indiana proved pretty good last year.
Yeah, but if you cherry pick the best 5 Marshall players and bring them with you, I mean, that could be the difference in a game.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably an upgrade there. But then it's week 2 where they play host to Arizona State, and I think they're going to win that game. I am into the week 2 lines. If you give me a second, I'll see if I can.
I would say Arizona State 3.5.
So that'll be the home opener in Starkville, and if Jeff Lebby has won that game at Southern Miss, which he has to win.
Oh boy, if he doesn't win that one, Jim.
But I'll tell you this: if Mississippi State does their home opener, if they get run out. Can you imagine the cussing of Jeff Lebby on the way out of that venue?
Well, the good news for State is if they can win that game, they're probably going to be off to a 4-0 start. For Lebby, that would be massive, man, to start 4-0. Now, it's going to fall
8 straight.
It's going to fall apart, but he's at least going to be 4-0 for a minute.
When Marcelo was on the show last year, and you talked about this, I forget who with yesterday on the show, Andy Staples, LT talked about this. Marcelo says, with no turnover last year in the SEC, he thinks at least five guys lose their job. You said as many as 6 yesterday.
Yeah, I think there could be as many as 6. I mean, if you just wanted to go through it, I mean, so real quick,
But I put Lebby in that category, even though it's year 2. I put
agree.
Lebby in
100%.
that category.
I mean, if Lebby doesn't win or only wins one conference game, I think there's a good chance he's out. You guys will give me Sam Pittman, right?
Yes. 100%.
Hugh Freeze?
Yes.
I mean, he's on the table, yeah.
Billy Napier?
Yes.
He's on the table.
Mark Stoops?
Yes.
On the table.
A big buyout for Stoops, though. That's
Lebby's 5, Venables 6. And then, I mean, could we start talking about the potential of Brian Kelly?
Brian Kelly's in the mix more than some that you named.
So that's 7 right there.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably stop there.
Yeah, but 7, you could see that settling at 5, like Marcelo said, or 6, like you said. Brown had big buyouts at Kentucky if everybody just sold a horse.
But, I mean, Kentucky's going to go back to, I know you can pay a lot, but who can you really get?
Well, the problem, too, though, Lance, is if the reports are true of how much Kentucky is spending on now, I know the system changes every day. As soon as I say this, something new is going to happen. But there were reports done away that they were spending, I told you the number last week, when Jim was out. I can't remember, or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember the exact number. They got, what was it, $20 million, Jim, that they were able to spend?
And 60% was going to
basketball?
basketball?
I think 60% of it was going to basketball. So if I'm a football coach, I'll look at that and I'm like, it's hard enough to win at Kentucky if I'm getting all the assets. Now I'm getting less than everybody else I'm playing against. How am I ever going to win there?
Let me ask you guys this. If Liam Cohen goes 6-11 at Jacksonville and they're decent, and Kentucky fires Stoops and they offer him the job, if you're Cohen, would you leave the Jaguars to take the Kentucky job?
I would.
I think I would because I think it gives you 3 years and
a big buyout.
Yeah. College football buyouts are bigger than NFL buyouts most of the time.
I would do it only because I don't like the city of Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville sucks. I would much rather live in Lexington.
And I've lived in Lexington. I would take what I know than what I don't know. A comment from Andy Staples before we get to trash. Let me tell you about Storm Restoration Roofing first, though. Our buddy Greg from Pell City, locally owned for over 20 years, and you can schedule an absolutely free estimate. Yes, I said free, with Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing. 3 ways to do that. He's got a cool website, stormrestorationroofing.com, stormrestorationroofing.com. You can call him on his cell phone. You can see the number on your screen, 205-542-3531. Or you can visit him on Facebook if you're socially awkward like me and just want to DM somebody, Greg from Pell City, Greg from Pell City. A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Storm damage, roofing replacements. Greg even has a builder's license, so he can help with restoration or repairs there. Great with insurance providers. He's been dealing with those agents, some of the same guys, for over 20 years. Greg from Pell City, 205-542-3531, and our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. Andy Staples says, I can't give you an objective review of the Netflix SEC documentary Any Given Saturday because I'm in it.
Oh, no.
But I can tell you that unlike a lot of streaming sports docs, you're going to learn things you didn't already know. Also, the coaches are pretty frank. That's from Andy Staples. So you wanted frank coaches.
I do. I mean, I didn't want something that is sanitized and is just a PR piece. If I'm going to watch it, I don't blame them for doing it that way. Don't get me wrong, but that's not what I want to watch.
And it's a little surprising that's not what it is.
I am 100% with you. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would have thought you got.
We'll be our own judge.
I mean, I'll try to watch it. I mean, I got to watch Jurassic Park this week, too, I'm told.
Yeah, same streaming
all
service.
this on Netflix.
Trust, I guarantee you Jurassic Park will be better.
It's going to be better than Any Given Saturday.
What's really
Without
weird,
the salty language, too.
What's really weird, if you watch Jurassic Park and it says, you may also like this, Any Given Saturday.
That's true. It could be. We got dinosaurs in the locker room.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Let's do trash. It's brought to you by our friends at Bud Light. Hit it, Tyler.
I heard the row. I felt that row. I knew to keep it pushing. I knew that. After I see the people, I just see some big just walking, just right over here, right by the boy. It went right over there. I swear, I promise you, it went right over there. And it said row, and I just kept walking. I seen it, seen me, see it. So in my head, I'm like, nah, I gotta go, man. I'm out.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Boy, I tell you, it never stops who the next James Bond is going to be. And now it looks like Tom Holland might be in the mix, which I like me some Tom Holland. I think he's a really good actor. I think he plays nerdy Peter Parker as well or better than anyone ever has. I cannot see him being 007.
Wait, I mean, what is he? Is he like 5'8"?
He's about 5'7".
How tall do you think Daniel Craig probably is?
Daniel Craig's probably 5'10".
They're all short.
Yeah, I mean, the black tux is going to make you look a little taller, maybe. But the next James Bond is around the corner. Tom Holland, heavily rumored named to take the mantle as 007. Following the announcement of Denis Villeneuve as director of the next Bond film, the pressure is on to find a lead actor. I still think Idris Elba would be really good. Maybe he has aged out a little bit. What do you think, Tyler?
He's aged out of what they're looking to do for Bond because they want someone that can play Bond for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately already passed for Idris Elba.
Now, maybe Bond moves to a desk job at some point.
Right.
I mean,
He retires.
Let's be innovative.
Our last Bond got blown up. I mean, he's dead.
Who was that?
Daniel
Craig?
Yeah.
Like he got blown up in the movie, spoiler alert?
I haven't seen No Time to Die, so
yeah.
It's in the title. This is No Time to Die.
That's right.
But he did.
Unfortunately for you, Daniel.
Yeah, it was
we have found time.
Kind of a sad moment for Bond fans, but yeah, he got blown away.
Okay.
So anyway, Tom
But
Holland
had he already decided to leave the franchise? Is that why they did that?
Well, he had decided way before then, and they kept bringing up wheelbarrows full of cash to his house. And he said, all right, I'll be
that'll
Bond
change
again.
your mind, yeah.
Arg. I think the problem is it's almost like you've got to sell your soul as an actor, because I think Daniel Craig's a really good actor, but I don't know what kind of work he's going to get on the backside of it. I mean, Gandolfini's a great actor, Bryan Cranston, great actor, but you get typecast with a role, and there's not a lot you can do with it.
Sean Connery did a lot after it, but by and large, you're right. I mean, most of those guys, that's the pinnacle of their career. I guess Pierce Brosnan did some other stuff, right?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Did he do Thomas Crown Affair before or after Bond?
During, I think.
That would have been either right around the time he was in
That's a good
Goldeneye or
flick.
just after.
I like that movie. I don't know if you like it or not.
So I never saw it. While making a spicy fried chicken sandwich in a video with Chef Gordon Ramsay, Holland addressed the ongoing casting rumors when the chef, remember that Snickers commercial?
Chief Ramsay.
Yes, the chefs.
When Ramsay asked him if he ever thought about using the word James with future movies going forward, the actor replied, quote, "Listen, there's speculation at the minute. We'll keep it at a minimum from now." Now, Holland, who is currently busy filming the next Spider-Man movie, Brand New Day, just added a little bit of fuel to the speculation surrounding the rumors.
I don't think being Spider-Man and Bond at the same time is good for cinema.
Anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it's too weird. And I think he's a great Spider-Man, and I think Tom Holland should just go on. And, I finally saw...
Save a little for somebody else, Tom.
The Impossible, Tom Holland's first role. Did you ever see that about the tsunami?
I haven't
with
seen
Naomi
that.
Watts.
Oh yeah, he's the son.
Yeah, he's the son.
Yeah.
Tom Holland, by the way, 5'7". But that's the same height as Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise has done tons of action movies.
I think Tom Cruise is even a little shorter than 5'7".
I'm just going by the Google search here. He's got to be 5'7".
They have to film around his height and only use lower angles and block out scenes in a certain way so nobody looks taller.
I got to be honest with you. All of our years of doing trash, and this goes back to 2007. This is one of the best headlines ever. You ready?
Wow.
Just give you the headline, and then we'll get into the story. Jilted boyfriend throws grenade at ex-girlfriend's house in Thailand. Dies in blast.
Oh, no. It backfired on him, literally. Yeah.
This is so good.
Arm of a center fielder.
35-year-old man in Thailand dies after throwing a hand grenade at his ex-girlfriend's house when she refused to reconcile. 35-year-old man in Thailand threw the hand grenade at the girlfriend's house. After she refused to get back together with him, he died in the ensuing blast while the girlfriend survived unharmed. Now, according to a report in the Bangkok Post, great publication there.
Oh, yeah.
35-year-old man was killed. 4 others injured in the grenade blast on May 25th.
How old is he?
35.
Is this the girlfriend?
Yes, it is.
11,
I'm going to need to see an ID.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, it looks like she's got braces now that you mention it.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So hopefully the dad picked up this hand grenade and threw it right back at the guy.
Yeah, maybe it's a good thing the grenade went off.
Catch and release by the old man, huh? Right back
Wow.
at him.
And it looks like, you're not leaving me. He's got it wrapped up good.
Yeah.
Now, according to the report from the Bangkok Post, 35-year-old man was killed, 4 others injured. Incident occurred in the Kana district of Thailand. Now, this guy is Surapong Thongnik. Had reportedly reached his ex-girlfriend's house after the couple broke up. He was hoping to reconcile with her. However, the woman refused to get back together with him after the failed attempt. An enraged Surapong attempted to stab her with a pair of scissors. Passerby intervened to stop him.
Yeah, sadly, it was from her class, and it was the scissors without a point on them that you get in elementary school.
Safety scissors.
The rounded edges.
Then he tried to keep her in place with paste.
Boy, he did accelerate this. He, doesn't work out with the scissors. He goes back to his car, retrieves a hand grenade because I guess it's just something you typically carry in the car.
In Thailand, that's pretty common, I
he
think.
pulls the pin, threw it towards a group of people who had gathered to stop him. The grenade failed to explode right away. He then picked it up, hoping to throw it again. However, it exploded in his hand. The force of the explosion shattered the windows of the car nearby. He was found lying in a pool of his own blood when the authorities arrived at the scene. He did not survive the blast. 4 other people, 2 women, 2 men, survived injuries, and they were taken to the hospital.
She's okay?
Yeah, she's completely fine.
I mean,
she probably didn't know what was going on. She was inside watching cartoons.
I mean, it goes without saying this guy's not real smart, but if the grenade comes back at you, never pick it up.
This is a shocker. Police found 500 grams of meth inside of his Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a deeper story here. You're right, Jim.
Listen, I don't cheer for death in these stories. I usually cheer for the island, but in this one, there are no tears for me.
Yeah, I just don't think is that somebody taking a nap? The top right?
No.
No.
Okay.
That's his legs.
There's more to that picture that can't be on screen.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And meanwhile, the guy up top is finding what's left of his arm. Yep.
I mean, wouldn't hurt
He's
to.
got both of them.
I mean, what is the home building show that they come in and they do the home makeover?
Extreme
home makeover. Yeah, that was a start right there.
Yeah, they probably could just go on and throw a couple more grenades. Start from
Get
scratch.
everybody out first, of course.
So a zoo in Denmark is asking for donations of small pets as food for its predators.
Small pets?
The Auburn Zoo said it's trying to mimic the natural food chain of the animals housed there for, quote, the sake of both the animal welfare and the professional integrity. And offers assurances the pets will be gently euthanized by trained staff. They're not even going to euthanize. They're not going to waste that. They're going to throw it straight in.
That's an extra step.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're mimicking the natural food,
he's got to catch it and eat it. That's what they do.
Now, the zoo in northern Denmark explained in a Facebook post that, quote, if you have a healthy animal that needs to be given away for various reasons, feel free to donate it to us, end quote. Now, the zoo points to guinea pigs, rabbits, chickens, as possible donations after being euthanized. Animals will be used as fodder, according to the zoo. They said that way nothing goes to waste.
Unfortunately, you see some of the posts that are down there at the bottom. Don't zoom in. Don't zoom in.
I also donate
Yeah.
My healthy but annoying neighborhood children.
No.
I would go do research on that guy.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on him. He's probably got hand grenades.
I mean, this is just like a whole trash full of people to look out for and keep your kids away from.
Yeah, don't go to Thailand or Denmark.
Zoo could not be immediately reached for additional details. Does not list other pets or animals as possible donations.
You know, look, I was trying to remember what we saw on vacation, and my daughters, we were down at the beach, and my daughters were all disappointed by it. And I'm like, man, it's the food chain. I mean, I know it's sad to see a smaller animal get eaten, but
you eating a lobster?
No, I ate plenty of lobster.
Hey, get them on the 72 deadly Asian and Latin American animals.
But my point is, the bigger animal's got to eat too, right? He's got to eat or he dies. I mean, it's the food chain. I mean, I know it's sad that the smaller animal gets eaten, but big animal got to eat too. And by the way, somebody's trying to eat that big animal. There's only a few apex predators.
There's more than you think, though.
Oh, I know that, but I mean that other animal. There's a predator above him that he's trying to avoid too.
So is artificial intelligence on the rise to take over human jobs and even emotions? Senior citizen in China recently asked his wife for a divorce after developing romantic feelings for a woman he saw online who turned out to be an AI.
She looks so real.
Now, the 75-year-old man known as Zhang fell for the affectionate words spoken by the AI and took them seriously, despite the fact that the speech and the woman's lip movement didn't sync.
Now, small detail.
Believed every woman the AI woman told him, rushed to his phone daily, eagerly awaiting updates from the other side. Unfortunately, Zhang is not alone in seeking emotional connection through AI. AI-generated content booming in China. Many individuals, especially those with limited mobility due to age, are becoming increasingly obsessed with it. Despite repeated attempts by their children to convince them the content is fake, many seniors choose to believe AI personalities that offer them affection and attention. These AI personas take on various roles that appeal to the elderly, ranging from beautiful host to a cute student, even a professional-looking man who is reportedly a favorite among the senior women. While AI may cater to emotional needs, its underlying goal is often to encourage spending. Products promoted in these videos range from bracelets to milk. With enough emotional manipulation, the elderly end up spending money on these products, unaware that the items don't actually exist and the personalities speaking to them aren't real. It's really sad.
That is very sad. It is. I've seen something like this on TikTok. It's not Asian. It's, American women. And if you just watch the video, have you seen any, Jim? If you watch the video long enough, they glitch. I mean, it's obvious it's AI.
Krusty in the chat points out that this lady is looking at the back of her phone. She's holding its screen out.
Many of the issues in this photo, yes.
Which is the way AI works, man. You can always find it's almost like a where's Elmo, but where's the mistake in this AI
But
video?
I'll tell you, Zhang is happy.
Oh, yeah. He's very happy on the phone. Now, she's got the phone turned away from her.
The Naked Gun put out a poster where they said the tagline was "No AI was used in the making of this poster," and Liam Neeson's character has like 8 fingers holding the gun. It's great.
That's all I got.
That is Trash Today, brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Our great friends at Adams Beverage. They'll be part of our kickoff celebration. More details on that coming up very soon. Let's talk a little SEC football here. In our final segment, SEC passing leaders, the betting favorites. Before you put the graphic up for us, sir, if I said, who do you think the favorite is in the Southeastern Conference to lead the SEC in passing yards this year?
Well, I have seen it, but I would have gone with this guy anyway.
I'm sorry, Lance.
I'll let you guess because I have seen it, but I would have gone with this guy.
I'll go Garrett Nussmeier.
It is Nussmeier by pretty heavy odds at minus 150. What will be surprising to some people is that Blake Shapen of Mississippi State is next at plus 400. Surprising to
that's surprising to me.
I think it shows you a little bit about Levy's offense, but yeah, that would be really, really surprising, and I think that would bode well. Like, stats don't always translate to wins and success, but I think if Shapen is your second leading passer in the SEC, I think that probably does equate to a couple of wins.
It is passing yard leader, so not percentages or touchdowns or QBR, but Nussmeier being number 1 by that big of a margin. Wow. Shapen is 2, Arch Manning, Ty Simpson number 4.
Yeah. Real quick on Shapen, they could be trailing a lot too, so he's having to throw a bunch.
Yeah, that's true.
Ty Simpson at number 4. I mean, I think if you're an Alabama fan and you said Garrett Nussmeier, Blake Shapen, Arch Manning are the only passers in the SEC that have more yards than Ty Simpson, I think Alabama fans would say, I'll take that today.
Yeah.
Sight unseen.
Ty Simpson plus 900, fourth behind Arch Manning at plus 700. DJ Lagway at plus 1,200. Gunnar Stockton, he's handcuffed a little bit by Kirby Smart in the way he likes to play, plus 2,000. Austin Simmons and Talon Green at plus 2,200. There's Jackson Arnold at plus 2,800.
Like, I would take a flyer maybe on Austin Simmons, just based on where Lane Kiffin's offenses have been. I mean, 22-1.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say.
There's just so many unproven quarterbacks in this league.
I mean, Lenore Sellers getting some Heisman hype, and he's all the way down there with Jackson Arnold.
Boy, the competition is crazy.
Yeah.
But a guy we're really high on, John Mateer at plus 5,000.
He's going to take so much away with his legs.
And that was the worst passing offense in the SEC last year, so it's got a long way to go.
I love the longest of long shots. Like it's impossible for that ticket to cash.
Mateer?
No.
Or Diego?
Well, either, but Zach Calzada is 100-1 in Kentucky.
In Kentucky.
Like, how big of it would that? I mean, that's bigger than Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson.
I would say.
SEC rushing leader. Before you put it up, Forrester. Who do you think?
This is tough.
Again, I've seen this too, and I would not have gone this direction.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But if this does come, I put it this way: if this plays out, then Dunaway could be onto something.
Yeah, this would require Brown to know who the starting running back at LSU is, which is never easy these days. Caden Durham is plus 750. He's the betting favorite to be the rushing yard leader. But to show you, to your point, Brown, how hard that is to handicap, it's plus 750, and he's the favorite.
Yeah, so there's no real favorite. I mean, we got a bunch of guys that are bunched up together there.
Damari Alston and Jam Miller are next at plus 900.
I was actually, before you clearly told me it was LSU, I was going to say Jam Miller.
But, it's funny. I feel good that Jam Miller is going to be the leading rusher for Alabama. Do you feel like Alston is 100% going to be that guy?
You really believe, you feel like Jam Miller is going to be the leading rusher?
I feel better about Miller being the leading rusher than Alston being the leading rusher for Auburn.
Yeah. I do think without justice there, that makes it a clear path for Jam Miller, but I keep hearing so many good things about the other running backs at both places. To your point, they're talking about Cobb at Auburn and others.
One more point, though. Okay, so Nussmeier is your favorite to lead the SEC in passing.
I noticed, yes.
Your leading rusher, Caden Durham. 2 of your 5 leading receivers are Barry and Brown, the transfer for Kentucky, and Aaron Anderson for LSU. If all this skill comes together, watch out.
Yeah. Number 1 betting favorite SEC receiving yard leader is Ryan Williams at plus 650. Then Jordan Mosley at Mississippi State before you get to Brown of LSU.
Real quick, I saw Hester arguing today, or making his case today, that LSU has the best receiving room in the SEC. Not Alabama, not Auburn, but LSU.
Well, according to the betting odds, as LT pointed out, they're the only team with 2 in the top 5.
Boy, if they don't score a ton of points, what is going wrong?
Yeah. All right. One day closer to the start of the college football season. Don't forget, we're back with you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Like, subscribe. If you're on Apple and you're having any problems, if you quickly just unfollow the next round and then refollow the next round, see if that helps. Maybe you have to drop the app and then reload the app. Follow us right back. See if that helps your automatic downloads. We apologize for that inconvenience. We're trying to solve the problem as we speak with everyone who's watching. We appreciate you so much. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.